Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is the Church of Jesus Christ. Is not a bitch made nigga. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking, you know, we're gonna do exactly what it is that we're gonna motherfucking do and shit. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, man.
Like that's kind of how the hell it is we do what we do.
Subject. If it's
If I can get this bitch to work properly, like real shit. Nah, I mean, like, yo, fucking, I don't know whether or not, like, I'm trying to get this motherfucker to work smooth at the second and see if it'll fucking, like, stop buffering and quit being a bitch. Yo, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Speak out.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make.
Yo, can you hear me? No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe.
Sure.
Yo, can you hear me? Said Ouija, are you with me? Mo murder, midnight.
On point.
Yo, can you hear me?
A great many experiences in cars.
Can you hear me? Yo.
Yep.
All right, can you hear me now? Fucking, it'll be like remotely good. Like fucking, I'm trying to get my computer to like act like a bitch, like stop acting like a little bitch and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're acting right, man. We can hear you fine.
All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna go like this, go like this. I'm gonna go like this, right? Right, because my shit says encoding over later. You know what I'm saying? Victor Rand says, nope, can't hear you. All right, well, apparently you can hear me then if you can't hear what the fuck I'm asking questions and you're answering the goddamn questions and shit. Yo, it says CPU usage is 53.4%. That is ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous.
All right, it's dropping down. It's back down to like 27 and shit. All right, so y'all can hear me in Discord. Can y'all motherfucking hear me out there in motherfucking chat land and shit? Let me know what the deal is. You know what I mean? Yo, all right. Eric, you there?
Yep.
All right, cool. We're there, man. We got it. We're running. Like, yo.
We live.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. Fucking like, yo, this bitch does not like the motherfucker stream. Real shit. All right, looks like we're fucking banging it. We're rocking. You know what I'm saying? We got this bitch. It's just fucking holding tight. You know what I mean? Doing what it's supposed to do, I think. You know what I mean? All right, so anyway, we're going to talk about, yo, welcome to the Church of Jesus Christ, not a bitch made nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, this is Tom P's church. I started this shit. It's been a while since we've done one, but like, yo, it's Monday morning, but Sunday night for me as far as shit's really concerned. And I figured, you know what I'm saying, we'd stand here. We wanted to talk about cars and have conversations that probably can't have on gaming stream because, well, let's be real, them niggas be getting bored when we stand here and motherfucking, you know what I mean, do this type of shit. Crazy Ed, welcome, my brother, welcome. It's appreciated having you out here and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like real shit. Fucking, hang on, let me fucking see if I can. Yeah, I can. Fucking add moderate. There we go. All right, give you a motherfucking wrench and shit. There we go. All right. Cool. We're rocking and rolling. We're still good. Okay, so we was over talking about cars and shit and Teslas and all this type of stuff on fucking gaming stream, and he got absolutely bored about our conversations about cars. Happy 420 Crazy Ed. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to Hitler. You know what I mean? Yo, my girl was telling me like her family had motherfucking dude, fucking yo, welcome. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Goatman? Apparently, this is your first time being over here because you ain't got no goddamn wrench. Let me give you a wrench, my brother. You know what I'm saying? All right, add moderator. There we go. All right, so we are good. You know what I mean? And like, yo, the fucking OBS is holding up. Everything is doing what it's supposed to do. Mad Dodge is here. What up, Mad Dodge? Welcome, my brother.
Didn't know you were live. Glad I stayed quiet. What's up?
Yo, I'm fucking live. I'm out here fucking streaming. Shit's holding up the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Things is running the way they're supposed to and shit. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. What I did was I minimized my motherfucking browser. You know what I mean? Right. Fucking, you know what I mean? I got my OBS up so I can see the chat. You know what I mean? And what everybody's saying over there and whatnot. Things is all right. It's running the way it's supposed to run right now. We got Dip here. We got Eric. We got Mr. LM002. We got motherfucking Mad Dodge with us. I wish like I had the proper motherfucking like Discord joint, but I don't. I don't have an overlay for Discord, and I don't know how well it would work anyway if I did have one. Just to be real with you, but we got everything running right. So we were gonna have motherfucking like a Church of Jesus Christ is not a bitch made nigga. I really didn't have a sermon lined up as for today. You know what I'm saying? But this is a place where if anybody got bullshit they got to deal with, you can get it off your motherfucking chest and shit. If you got fucking, you know, if you got things you need to motherfucking air out, you can air them out over here. You can admit your sins of being bitch made, and we will say the Pence prayer and slap the bitch out of you. You know what I mean? I want to say right now, because like legit, I haven't really had a whole lot of individuals to have a conversation with. Man, listen, you know, I've been real shit like motherfucking standing here kind of in like an in-between time in my motherfucking life, right? Like I don't want to drive truck anymore, right? But like I need to make money. And I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place about what the hell I'm supposed to do. Because I know I got kids and a family and myself relying upon me, my future relying upon me. But like, yo, I want to make fucking money. But on the same point, I really don't want to go back on the road anymore. Like, I don't want to be fucking far from home, especially with this corona shit popping off. You know what I'm saying? Is anybody else the fuck here? It's just me.
I'm here.
Yeah.
We're all here, man.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
just
no.
going on, Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And we're gonna lead into calls and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I purchased a vehicle a few years back for my baby's mom's, right? I purchased fucking this Dodge Caravan, right? I went and got payments on it. It was motherfucking, I paid like a ridiculous amount of money for an '06 Dodge Caravan, right? Had like 120,000 miles on it. I paid like originally it was supposed to be like $8,000, but like fucking with like all the bullshit from like one of them buy here, pay his, it ended up motherfucking standing here being like fucking like 15 by the time it was all said and done with like fucking, you know what I mean, the goddamn interest rates and fucking, you know, and fucking backup insurance, you know what I mean, and stopgap and all the fucking nonsense plus the warranty and shit, right? End up being like 15 racks. And I'm almost gonna be done paying, I'm gonna be done paying on at the end of this year. And I just purchased another vehicle, right? I got a fucking Tahoe and I'm putting $282 a month on, right? And I like having vehicles and I like having things, man. But like, yo, I don't want to really have to stand here. Yo, what up, Ryder? Yo, that fool motherfucking Victor Ramus, the GOAT, man. Crazy Ed, motherfucking, yo, fucking Mad Dodge out in the chat shit. Right, yo, welcome all y'all, welcome, right? But the thing is I don't want to have to fucking keep driving truck to provide all this shit. Right? I feel like I can do it without it. But I'm not absolutely sure of myself right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stepping into a new thing and what the fuck I'm doing. Right? What do y'all motherfuckers think?
Shit, man, it's possible, but like, who's to say you can't do both? Like, you just keep driving truck, keep working on that shit. Just when you got free time, when you ain't got better shit to do, I mean, you just keep on fucking working. Worst case, you can't think of shit and you just earn more money because right now, you know, they're cutting fucking hours for truck drivers and shit where, or not cutting hours, but cutting the regulation where you have to take breaks.
Yeah.
So, fuck, now's a better time than ever to fucking just, I mean, you'll probably be fucking worked to the bone, but you'll be making a shit ton of money. So, worst case, you can't think of fuck all while you're driving because you're driving so fucking much. And then you just get your fucking, you quit and you had a ton more money in the bank.
Yo, I feel where you are. Like I gotta catch up on all these fucking bills from not working for a month. I'm hoping this unemployment comes through because the appeal should go my way as far as shit's concerned. You know what I mean? Because they try to deny me and shit.
Shit, man, it seems like now would be like the time where they would actually have fucking demand for truck drivers more than ever.
Nah, like yo, it's legit. It's tough getting the fuck in right now.
Seriously?
It's tough for every job, man. There's not much work.
Yeah.
I've been, you know, people like, oh my goodness, they'll say different things without understanding the backstory. Well, my life, I've been there many times and have done many different jobs. Part of the reason as to why it is, and people like, oh, try this or try that. Well, the way things are now, they make it so difficult for you to come up in any field and It's they kind of just like, oh, just just take what you can get, and it's like, bro, but this ain't what I really want to do. So
Like,
I
yo,
understand exactly where you're coming from.
well, like,
If
yo,
you
here's
don't want to do it, then don't like.
yeah, here's the
Not do
deal,
it
right?
anymore.
Like, here's the deal, right? Like, the vast majority of shit that's out here right now, as far as driving concerned, is legitimately going up. Motherfucking, fucking is going up. Yo, fucking welcome. Yo, fucking hold up, man. We got somebody new in the chat. Fucking, who is this? Janet Lance. Yo, it's fucking nice to see you out here. Right? Fucking ad moderator. Right? Yeah, fucking only gets home 1-2 days a week in Texas. Yeah. And that's kind of the deal. Like, all right, so I have two choices of jobs I can do. I have a job lined up. Well, actually, I started this job last week, but I'll be real with you, I have not heard from them, right? Which is fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm probably gonna hear from them tomorrow. And then I have a job lined up where I can go drive like the whole country. Now this job I'm doing right now is strictly driving like Northeast. And I don't want to be going into New York and New Jersey every fucking day. Just like legit. You know what I'm saying? I do
much
not want to be
traffic.
doing that. Yeah, yo, it's fucking like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to be driving into Long Island and shit. You know what I mean? And these companies take these loads. And yo, Time Force, what up, man? Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Right? Fucking, like, I don't want to be standing here driving into motherfucking like New York and Long Island and Brooklyn and Manhattan and shit, you know what I'm saying, for like $25 a fucking hour. Like, these companies take these fucking loads and act like it's the same money. These companies take this loads and they act like it's the same money to go from like fucking, fucking Virginia to fucking New York City as it is to like Virginia to like fucking Tennessee because it's the same distance. Right? But like the reality is it's two separate fucking trips. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, these are two different fucking things completely. One should cost twice, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck it should for the other one. Yo, Time Force, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I've been working nights since I was a pup. And I don't want to do that shit neither no more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I kinda do, but like I like to work in the afternoon. I'd like to get back to working like fucking like 4 to 2 or some shit like that, or 4 to 3. You know what I mean? Rather than working like, fucking this nonsense of like 10 p.m. to like fucking 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. or whatever the fuck it is.
So swing shift, not graveyard.
Well, like second shift, not graveyard. Swing shift's something else. I've done swing shift. Like swing shift is one week you're working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then the next week you're working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
No, well, when I was working swing shift, they just called it that because it was like 10 o'clock at night till like 4 in the morning or something like that, 3 in the morning. I get off work.
That's not even a full fucking 8 hours. Like it's 10 to 6,
That's
nigga.
a 5
It's like 6 hours and shit.
Well, no, no, it was longer than that. No, I was a janitor or whatever. The mall was still open when I got there, so it was 7 till 2 or 3, something like that. Yeah. It was years ago, man. I worked at the fucking mall. I was like 20.
Not like it, no, but I'm telling you, like the technical term, like swing shift is like when like 1 week you'll work one shift and then next week you'll work the next shift. Like you work the opposite shift. That's like you're swinging the shifts back and forth, right? It's first shift, second shift, third shift. Second shift is like 4. Like it's either like it's like 6 to it's 7 to 3. Fucking 3 to 11 or like fucking 8 to 4, 4 to 12, and then like 12 to 8, you know what I'm saying? Because it runs on an 8-hour clock, just 3 8-hour Johns in fucking like a 24-hour period. Right.
Yeah, that shit would suck too. And no, I was 21, I remember, because everybody at work would send me to the store at lunch because I always went there to buy my own beer. So I had to buy everybody's beer, and then we put it in the fucking, put it in the office or whatever till we all got off work because all the stores were closed when we got off work.
Yeah.
Oh. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got some good friends. Sounds like how you lose some fucking beer.
Well, that's the bitch about working like second shift or third shift too. Is the motherfucker like you get off work and like, even if you're working like a fucking like a regular job, not like driving like I do, you can't even go get a fucking beer because nothing's the fuck open. Can't get no fucking lunch or no dinner, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wake up, you come home, fucking like everybody's serving fucking breakfast. Like nigga, I want an egg McMuffin, you know what I'm saying? When I'm done working, nigga, I want a fucking burger. Like for fuck's sake. Bitch ass motherfuckers. But yeah, man, fucking
Speaking of that shit, man,
What up?
They cut a fucking they cut fucking all day breakfast in my McDonald's because all this coronavirus shit.
yo, dude, like
Oh, that makes
legit.
sense.
I've been trying to tell like my man Max Maria about this fucking food shortage shit for like 2 weeks now. I'm like, yo, look, it's just the restaurants are McDonald's gobbles up 18% of all of the fucking world's hamburger, right? Yeah, so like when they're not ordering hamburgers like they used to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's gonna end up causing disruptions in the supplies. You know what I mean? Because like it just
Wait. Isn't their fucking patties like 80% soy anyway?
no. McDonald's actually. Yeah, McDonald's actually cleaned up the industry back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like they demanded, because like people bitched at McDonald's about shit, they demanded that the fucking beef industry clean up, and like legit, the beef industry has been stepping its fucking game up. Yo, Memes, what up, man?
Yeah, beef is better than it has been in like my entire life.
Yeah, legit. The beef game is on a whole nother level right now. What up?
You can if the place that you're buying, and it also depends on the quality of any establishment on where you're at in the States and who runs it. Because unfortunately you have, and I can attest, shop to shop isn't even the same. Because some managers don't give a damn and try to cut corners and try to make it look good, you know, for the green, for the pockets. Because, you know, they'll be coming on their heads. The higher-ups will be coming on their heads. Others care about quality. And that's where you come down to. So they'll get, some of them will get the cheapest shit, while others will get the prime stuff. It also depends on how much money the shop itself is bringing in. If you're bringing in more, you can get everything. Except if, once again, corporate wants to be stingy. So that's the big problem.
I think that's Outlaw Skies out there. What up, man? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? The Church of Jesus Christ is not a bitch made nigga. Right, but like legit, I don't know, man. Like I just kind of figure shit out. I went through like a couple of these phases here the past couple of, I don't know, like probably like 4 years ago. I went through this shit where like I left a job, right, and like I took 3 months off and I went back to cooking. Right, I went back to working in the kitchen. Right, from driving truck, I went back to working in the kitchen for like a month, and like I got drunk for like the first month. Second month I got in shape. Third month I went and fucking did some cooking and shit. And like then I went out and I went over the road for a summer, you know what I mean? And like I saw some of the country. I went down south. Decided I hated that shit. You know what I mean? Right? Because you do, like you fucking
I understand it.
Like, yo, man, you spend so much money being on the road. And then like fucking, you know, you go and you fucking get you know what I mean, like I ended up getting a job where like I was local again. You know what I mean? And I kind of enjoyed it. Like I was living my life. I was single. Like life was fucking cool. You know what I mean? I was doing whatever the fuck it is I wanted to do. I was fucking working on this YouTube shit at that point. You know what I mean? Like fucking like things were great. You know what I mean? Things were cool. Like we were all making money out here on YouTube. You know, fucking like I was making like $400 a month extra off of fucking YouTube. Like life was fucking gravy. You know, just off donations and fucking Patreon and all that shit. And now it's dwindled. Like I'm making like, maybe I make $4 or $5 off of this shit a fucking month on some nonsense. Because I don't live stream and I just make videos. And I got like 3 people donating to me on Patreon. And it adds up to nothing because like fucking after Patreon and Streamlabs and Patreon and fucking PayPal takes their cut. It's like $3.75 I get or some bullshit. And yeah, like it's, you know what I mean? Like this shit ain't what it used to be. And like I want to spend time with my kids, and you know what I'm saying, like I want to like get back to fishing and hunting and being outdoors, and I want to get back in the woods and do this type of stuff and get back to actually like working on cars and you know what I mean, like doing shit that I like doing. But it's just rare that like I have the opportunity to do it anymore, and I can't do that shit if I'm working like fucking 15 hours a goddamn day. You know what I mean?
Shit. Well, I mean, this is a very broad solution, but it seems like the solution is working for yourself, man. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, man, stick with, well, take the long haul job. It pays better. Take the long haul job, do that for a couple years and save up your money, man, and buy your own truck. You're an owner operator. You can do that for a year, and then you hire somebody to drive the truck for you. You sit back, collect the money.
But
yeah.
The problem is,
yeah,
I would put it this way. Everybody always says, oh, stack. Listen, nothing is promised in these years. The man got kids.
I got
nothing
I
is
got
promised.
kids.
Like those years slip by. Every like professional athletes, for example, right? All of them say Dwayne Wade. Like some of these guys could have played more years, but they're like, I want to spend time with my kids.
Yeah,
You
that's the
know,
motherfucker.
that's a very real thing. Or if you married or whatever the case may be, like that's irreplaceable. Those memories are what last or what matter at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Right, and
Well,
not
I
only
mean, like,
not only that, here's the other half of this, right? Like, the problem with owning your own truck, and this is a legitimate issue. When you go and you own your own truck, you buy a fucking truck. Like, dude, that shit is not a fucking joke. Like, fucking them niggas want they money, rain, sleet, hail, snow, and if they ain't got to work for you, you ain't fucking making money. Literally, instead of a paycheck every week, you'll get a bill.
Yep.
And what happens when your truck breaks down? You know what I mean? It's $30,000 to replace a transmission. It's 15 grand. It's 15 grand to replace the heads. It's another 22,000 to fucking rebuild a motor.
depends on the truck, man. But shit, yeah, they're not cheap.
It's $1,000 a tire.
My uncle.
Tires are the rough one, man. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Bitches.
Well, I know this is hyperbolic, but my uncle was an owner operator. He had a Peterbilt. It was a little bit older. I think he bought it in the 90s. And that, he was just running his own shit. He ended up selling the truck, and he works for a trucking company again. But he did it for a good decade, and he made quite a bit of money. I know he had to throw some money down the drain at the truck, but that's all write-offable at the end of the year on taxes. So it kind of balances out a little bit.
It sort of kind of does, right? Like, it kind of fucking balances out, but it kind of doesn't, right? Like, what you got to do is you got to, like, dedicate a certain amount of your motherfucking money, you know what I'm saying? Like, go to an account that's just for the fucking truck and shit. And, like, it's a massive fucking headache. And I'll be real.
Yeah, and and Pinoid, he had something you probably don't have. His wife, now ex-wife, but his wife at the time was an accountant. She handled the books.
Fair enough.
So he had...
Yeah, that's something I'm actually thinking about is with this whole coronavirus shit. I think there's a lot more companies that are going to prioritize people working from home. And I think this is... out of all the shit this virus has done, it's really caused companies to think about this shit. And like all these companies that have employees that can't work right now because of this shit, a lot of them could have their employees working from home, but they just don't have the infrastructure set up in their business for it. And so I feel like a lot more companies are going to start prioritizing this shit to such a degree that like most companies are going to try to have people work from home, because if there is some issue that requires people not to come in, well, they could fucking work from home. And then also you don't have to pay as much for like buildings and shit to house your employees and whatnot. Unless you work in something like you're like a defense contractor or some shit, you really don't need to have people working in your business when it comes to jobs that can be done from home.
Actually, no, I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. What you're gonna see is you're gonna see massive layoffs because companies are already starting to look at this stuff. Anyways, you're gonna see a lot of businesses begin to shut down. Brick and mortar stores are already on a decline massively for a plethora. Like what you were talking about, trucks, yachts or boats, jets. It's the exact same problem, but they're worse. A lot of companies were already borderline about to go out of business anyway. What y'all are gonna see, like everybody, there's not gonna be a lot of work coming back with this amount of time off. A lot of companies are hurting. A lot.
Oh yeah.
Yo, we got a donation. A star of Skies donated $5 and said thank you for the content. Yo, it is appreciated you being out here watching the content. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't motherfucking be out here doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna yell into the goddamn wind. It's appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Dip. Go ahead. Like fucking, you were talking about fucking like there's a lot of companies not coming back, and I was saying that about like the restaurants. Trump literally came out and he said, "Look, man, it's probably gonna be around like 15 to 20% of restaurants that close down aren't coming back."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, restaurants operate at like less than 1% margins, most of them.
Yeah.
So like, and honestly, I think well, I think this is going to have a pretty big effect. And what sucks is the people dying, the people losing their businesses and shit. But there are some companies like if you have a fucking drive-through, you're probably doing a lot better than places that don't have a drive-through nowadays.
I mean,
I know some like they're brick and mortar places.
Not really.
Well, think about it. Like shit. Oh, yeah, I want to go get this food, but I don't want to stop and fucking pick it up. I mean, not everybody uses Postmates and shit, but a drive-through. If you've had a drive-through for a hot minute, people are used to it. Fucking, you can just drive through and get that shit. I know a little Mexican place about like an hour from me. It's just like a little Mexican shop, but they have they'll make all sorts of like they'll make tortas and shit, and they got a drive through. You just drive up there, get it any hour. They're open till like 2 a.m. Fucking, they're probably doing relatively decent right now. People don't want to go out
solely
and,
on your clientele. That's what most people haven't really worked in the restaurant industry in large ways and have been around different sit-down establishments. All of them are completely different. Completely different. It really depends on how the business itself, the location, the management, the business plan, and a whole other.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, legitimately, if you're not like out here fucking like if your establishment main moneymaker was like people sitting down having beer with a fucking steak, you're fucking ass out right now.
Yep.
Legit, because like legitimately, like fucking if your shit was like sitting down, like there's things that you can't deliver. You can't deliver pork chops. You can't deliver steak. You know what I'm saying? You can't deliver mashed potatoes, right? I mean, like KFC can, but you can't like deliver like fresh shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, can I jump in here real quick, Pinoy?
Go ahead.
All right. First off, you don't need to deliver. You can do the door pickup thing, but that doesn't matter. I think you guys are missing the point. Generally, I think you're missing the point. It doesn't matter about the restaurants, okay? Because all businesses are going through this, across the board in the entire country. Now, panel. I am beginning a lot of shit from my own audience about my stance on this, but I refuse to trade my fucking liberty for security. I refuse. So does that mean I would rather keep my business open and not see half of our economy wiped out and maybe a few old people die? Yeah, fuck you. Put them on the trebuchets. Pinoid, make it happen. I don't care.
I'm with your ideology here, right? Like legitimately, like when I was reading off this shit earlier about the people who died in these these meat packing factories and shit, right? The meat processing plants that they closed down, all of them were like 65 or 70 fucking years old. You know what I mean? I'm like, why are they still working? Like, that's kind of like, I hate to be a dick, but like, why aren't you laying these people the fuck off? Anybody over the age of 55 should have long since been laid off.
Well, and here's the thing, okay? Because I was in my server and I jumped in. I was in a good mood. I just wanted to hang out in my server and bullshit, right? And Hyperborean, he's cool, but he was wrong on this one. We started talking about the coronavirus thing, and I'm like, I put out a poll asking on Twitter asking, should we open up the economy? I happen to think we should, like now. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago. But I put out a poll. I'm going to release the results on my stream in a few days. I want a good poll size. But he's like, are you fucking retarded? You're a goddamn idiot. You want to sacrifice the public health for your freedom? Yeah, man. Yeah, I fucking do. Freedom isn't fucking free, and it's dangerous.
We've had this conversation, dude.
I mean,
it's not even about freedom at this point. It's about livelihood.
It's about freedom.
You gotta survive.
It's about freedom, dude. Legit, that's what it's about. It's about freedom. Like, your government is literally shutting down your fucking business on purpose.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is, it's beyond just even the question of an ideological, is this free or not? What I'm saying is it's a matter of survival at the
did you hear about did I tell you that fucking TYT reported on my shit?
Oh, they did.
No, I didn't know that. But real quick, before you get into that, that's going to be hilarious. Across the country right now, Oakland, I believe, places in Michigan, and there's a few other places, open protests, almost riots in the street. We're not going to put up with this quarantine anymore. we're done. All right,
Yo,
we've had it. It's over.
Yo, look, real shit. Tomorrow, if I'm not fucking working when this shit happens, I'm going down to the Capitol. I'm gonna record and interview people who are protesting this fucking shit at the Capitol building, right down here in my neck of the woods. But like, yo, hold up,
May
like,
Day's coming up, gents.
yo, fucking, here's the deal though, right? Fucking, like, yo, I went on a stream probably about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago at this point, and I said, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, fucking, like. What did I say? I said, fucking, oh, we should be giving out fucking plague blankets or fucking corona blankets and pillows to the fucking nursing homes and shit, right? And like, first off, the person who owned the stream got really mad at me because he's like, the vast majority of the people on my fucking channel are boomers, right? But secondly, then all of a sudden TYT comes out with a motherfucking video like 3 or 4 weeks later about how like fucking white nationalists are trying to weaponize the coronavirus. And this wasn't a little channel. This is a channel with like, this is a channel with like 50,000 subs and shit I was on.
Oh, great.
Y'all are welcome.
To the gentleman that said the restaurants, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you why. For the restaurants, there are certain industries. Tom, you probably know this even better than me. Certain industries are barometers of the health of the economy, and restaurants employ, and a lot of it's like the people. Like, I've done jobs where it's temporary staff. The food industry as a whole is the like entry level of employment for so many people. When you can't get work,
like the canary in the coal mine.
So the fact that the food industry is shut down, by and large, at least 87% of it, yeah, the economy's screwed up. And recoverability, at this point, it's just like if a natural disaster hit an ecosystem. We don't know the ramifications, what'll happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't trying to discount the restaurants at all. I was just saying it felt like you guys weren't looking at the wider picture here.
Well, not like yo, it's a leading and a lagging indicator, right? Like fucking like if individuals have expendable income, you know what I'm saying, they're eating out. When they don't, you know what I'm saying, when they don't have expendable eating income, they're not, right? So like it's kind of one of those things like it's an immediate fucking thing. You notice it, you know what I'm saying? It's almost as fast as you see like an ADP report on fucking payrolls and shit.
You know what sucks though?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what sucks is really the food industry shouldn't be that for the American economy. It never was until we became a service-based economy and not a manufacturing base. We need to get our manufacturing back. That's the one good thing that may come out of this.
Not at all.
It may, but honestly, I think that like, no, I think so many people are, well, so many politicians in particular, but a ton of people are just either afraid or just sucking China's dick that there's nothing we will do to hinder China's ability to, or what China does currently.
No, I call bullshit on that, LM. Dude, me and you have talked before. I know you. I call bullshit, and this is why. Japan has already paid businesses to come back and manufacture in Japan. President Trump, will probably attempt to do the same. And he will lure them back with tax cuts. We won't even have to pay them.
No,
we'll just lower the taxes.
Okay, here's the thing. First off, all right. Businesses are already leaving China, and it's mostly because of the cost of labor and taxes have gotten past the point where shipping it back to America and Europe and other places are even viable anymore. And so they all have like Apple and fucking trying to think here, fucking Samsung, fucking Google, like fucking Ford, Chevy, fucking whoever, fucking name a goddamn company in America who manufactures, fucking Boeing, whatever. All these individuals have teams of people who have been on like a 5-year fucking plan on trying to bring fucking labor either back to the United States, to Mexico, or, you know what I'm saying, it's finding a long-term solution to fucking the cost of labor and fucking manufacturing and shit, right? But the problem is before that happens, and it's the same thing that happened in Korea. Korea had to shut down their economy, though they didn't have a major fucking woo-foo fucking problem because of the fact that, like, their companies, like, when they manufactured, like, Kias or fucking Subarus or whatever the case might have been, they were missing just, like, a spring, right? Or like fucking like 2 or 3 parts out of a car that were absolutely necessary, that literally it would have took them a year and a half to build a factory to make that fucking part, And so this would have to last a year and a half to make manufacturing come back to the States in order just to make that viable.
I guess my point I'm saying is there's nothing we do to kind of penalize China for this stuff in terms of like, what do you call it? I don't think there's going to be huge. There might be tax cuts, sure, but like huge incentives or fucking like forcing certain companies come back to the U.S. I don't think so.
Well, LM, you want to talk about punishing China? Let's talk about punishing China. We took the part of the Navy and we ran them right past China 4 days ago, and damn near came to blows. President Trump has came out and said there will be repercussions. They did not tell us what was going on. They manipulated the World Health Organization, which, by the way, we're no longer funding, and there will be repercussions on China. I think a full blockade we might be going to war, guys.
No, we're not. There'll be no fucking war.
There'll never be a war with the U.S. and China. It's not profitable.
I don't think that China manipulated the WHO. I think the WHO was sucking China's dick from the beginning.
No, they're just corrupt.
Maybe not from the beginning.
I have a hot take. Legit, I have a hot take right now. I want to stay. I think we should be rationing food. Somebody in the chat said yes, rationing eggs. What the fuck? I think we should be rationing food.
I'm fine with rationing food like altogether. Like you can only buy one thing of fucking rice or whatever the fuck. At least in
some stores are starting to do that, by the way.
Yo, either that or we need to allow these stores to price gouge. One of the two.
That's what different stores are doing. Each of those tactics.
Like nobody's price gouging on. Like, for instance, every time they restock some shit, people just fucking go and buy all of it at that same fucking day, right?
See, honestly, at the same time though, I feel like these people should be able to do this shit so they can blow all their fucking money on this crap, and then when all this shit's over, they're gonna have a ton of shit that goes bad or starts rotting, and they fucking pissed away that money.
No. Here's my issue, right? On some real shit, I think legitimately, like, we should probably like let these stores jack prices, right? Like, for instance, like fucking hamburger is hard to keep in stock right now because these retards keep buying like fucking 20 pounds of the shot, right? Mm-hmm. So, yo, why can't stores raise that shit up to $20 a fucking pound?
See, I mean,
can I ask a different question that maybe shows where I'm from? Why are you going to the store for your beef? I go to the butcher.
Yo, because
most places don't have a butcher to go to.
And even if you do, that butcher's having a hard time getting a hold of fucking shit right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, fuck, where I live, there's a shit ton of beef that's produced. They don't got no fucking butchers anywhere.
Oh, the butcher shop right there in Eugene is still fully stocked, man. It's great. $65. It's $80 and you get 65 pounds of meat. $100 and you get like 90 pounds or something.
That's not bad.
It's pretty cheap. Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
That's really good. That's really good for you, man. But shit, like, we don't got any of that shit here. Fuck, we don't even have a fucking bakery. The closest thing we got is a donut shop, which is probably going to be out of business.
Yo, Janet, there's no toilet paper anywhere. There, nowhere has toilet paper.
Well, it depends on where you, like, it depends on, because, like, there's a QFC. I had to go to that. I often go to that neighborhood, but they always are stocked with shit. But then again, they gross, it was a former one that I worked at. They gross millions a year.
My wife bought toilet paper at Albertsons yesterday. See, on the West Coast, we're fine. Why am I locked down? We're fine.
Yo, legit, like, yo,
West
we
Coast
have like
is so fucking international. That's the problem. That's exactly why we're locked down.
Yo, look, legit, yo, we haven't had toilet paper since fucking like the beginning of March.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I was in Louisiana when this shit hit, and all the toilet paper was gone immediately. I'm like, whoa, were these guys waiting? Like, did they get an early message?
Yo, there was no toilet paper, no paper towels, and no fucking cereal. The cereal aisle's been restocked. We got paper towels, but there's still no fucking toilet paper, and the meat sections are fucking empty. Because, like, again, fucking hoarding. We need, like, raise the fucking prices.
Yeah,
they don't care. And I can tell you, as a veteran of hurricane times, people don't give a fuck. They'll pay anything, and I mean anything. Gas can shoot up to $7. people will still pay it.
No, they won't.
Wait,
They won't
Pino,
be able
I got a
to.
question actually.
What up?
Why not both? Why don't we have price gouging? But it's like you can buy 1 pound of ground beef, but if you buy 2 pounds, you pay fucking triple the cost, or something ridiculous.
Oh, dude,
Still
I
not
have
gonna
a
matter. They're
big.
gonna
I
get
have
it.
a big.
Yeah.
That would make me mad. I have a big family. We gotta buy more than 1 pound at a time. I'm not hoarding. I have a big family.
Okay, well, I mean, like 1 per adult. You got a wife, right? Just both of you go to the fucking store,
Yeah.
grab that shit.
What do you, yo, how many pounds do you cook at dinner?
Usually 2 pounds. If we're making like tacos or something. If it's hamburger patties though, and we're making them fresh, it's got to be like 3 or 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I mean, that was a figure, but I'm saying, like, institute it that way, because I don't agree with price gouging every fucking person, because some people are dipshits. That being said,
Right.
if somebody's being a dipshit and buying a ton of it, fucking price gouge the hell out of them. Instead of a 2 for $4 deal, it's like you're paying extra instead of getting a discount. Fucking just switch the numbers around. 4 for 2.
I have another question for you guys.
What up?
Okay. When it first hit Louisiana, right? They weren't in full lockdown yet. So we were still going to Shreveport. I was getting my sightseeing in and
Right.
shit.
Yep.
First time in 15 years, I saw gas for 99 cents a gallon in Bossier, Louisiana. That's about 15 minutes south of Shreveport. 99 cents a gallon. Why the fuck did gas drop right when this hit like that? That was
Because
weird.
Nobody's
Nobody's buying, is
driving,
my
and there's
guess.
a huge. They're producing too much in Russia and Saudi Arabia. That Russia's trying to compete with fucking the Middle East when it comes to oil production, and so they're just pumping that shit up,
Well,
and they in turn pumped it up, and it just drove the price down really fucking bad because
It's-
Russia
No.
doesn't
it's
give
not
a
All
just
right,
that.
Victor,
It's-
Victor, we're trying
probably
to
getting the
stop.
wholesale price.
Victor, we're trying to stop people from buying motherfucking weight. Oh, and gas. The reason, like gas, fucking mad when you went down there was when gas dropped down to like fucking shit. I think it was like $22 a barrel. Me and Doku were talking about it forever while you were gone. Fucking yeah. So like gas everywhere, like in the southern states, are all like 99 cents a gallon right now. I just went to Ohio. It's 99 cents a fucking gallon.
Yeah, my dad gets royalties from an oil company because they cross drilled into his property. They're not even on his property; they just drilled into it, and he gets royalties every month.
Yo, we have the worst gas taxes I think other than Cali in the nation. We pay $2.45.
Jesus. Well, fucking Cali has a bunch of fucking problems. I mean, like, well, one of the issues that Cali uses their special 85% gas, 15% ethanol blend, and like nobody else uses it. And then fucking when there's like
I'm not
things
sure about that because I think Florida and a few other states have had that for years.
Hey, Crazy Ed in the chat is Mad Dodge Productions on that list?
Yo, you
Because
ain't
I
making
fuck
a
with
list.
them niggas.
Yo, you ain't making.
I want to be on a list. Why am I never on the list?
Yo, this is the first time I've made it on the list.
Well, anywho, fucking yeah. With that shit, that's one reason that a bunch of the places that would produce this fuel blend shut the fuck down. A bunch of them are probably shutting down right now, considering how cheap fuel is. And
Crazy, yo, Crazy Ed. Who do you report to? Who do you report to? That's the question.
See, they also increased fucking fuel taxes like the year prior. And then what was Gavin Newsom's the fucking governor of California, right?
Yeah, the fucking old nigga. He's like fucking 80 and
Yeah,
shit.
he's just like. He's like, I'm going to investigate why the fuel prices are so high. It's like you just increased it a year ago, like literally a year ago. You fucking increased gas taxes, and you're wondering why it's so fucking expensive.
This is
Hey,
what happens
now
when
they're
you
not
have
having
ignorant
problems.
folks in positions of power consistently.
No. He just has mad cow like Denny Crane. It's okay.
No, it's
Well,
a bunch
there's
of
something
ignorant
funny,
folks
like,
who don't know how this shit works.
yeah, so I got a friend of mine in college in Chico, and he posted a picture. He's like, "Oh, it's 2:45 here. Oh my, I've never seen it this low before." I'm like, "That's what it's like normally where I live." Okay, what the fuck you talk about? He's from where I'm from, so I'm like, why the fuck are you posting this shit, man? It's like, oh, normal gas prices, what gas should cost per gallon. And he's like,
Well, that's what happened. The wholesale versus the exorbitant price gouging. That's just what it is.
Well,
Remember
no.
the whole thing with Libya years ago, where they up like for oh my goodness, 2% of the world's gasoline, right? Oil, and then they jacked it up because oil companies could, and just people were just accepting that dumb shit.
That, a star says gouging beer prices is just wrong. Yo, look, let me be real
I
here.
agree.
Beer is the only thing that has actually stayed on the fucking shelves and like has not been bought out.
Oh,
Which
that
is
shit keeps getting restocked like a motherfucker too.
yeah,
Damn
like
right.
they're not playing
See,
games
I
out
don't
that bitch.
understand this shit, man.
Beer
Like,
companies don't play.
well, yeah, I don't understand this shit, man. It's like, okay, so we had the Ebola scare, something where you're actually bleeding out of every orifice you have. So maybe buying extra toilet paper would be a good thing. Now we get something that has nothing to do with your digestive system, like no problems. To my knowledge, this fucking shit doesn't cause you to shit blood or anything of the sort. And everybody panic buys toilet paper. Like, what the fuck?
Let me explain. I'm originally from South Florida. I currently live in Seattle. The thing is very simple, right? It's very, very simple. If you've never been in hurricane weather, it to the rest of the nations makes no fucking sense. If you've been in hurricane, then people just buy. They will buy shit they don't need. They just do. The vast majority, unless you're a veteran of this and you're just like, oh, this is just another storm. People are like, we don't know when we're gonna get it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Let's just buy. It's fear mongering. That's the problem, and what people don't understand the power and the detriment of the mainstream media. Whatever information people get, that's how they react. It's like the stock market.
Yo, every year when there's fucking blizzards up here, fucking we run out of goddamn bread and eggs. Every fucking year religiously. Like niggas going bread, eggs, and milk. Like they're gonna be stuck in their houses for like 12 days. But the reality is nobody's gonna be stuck in their fucking house for 12 goddamn days. They need to calm the fuck down.
Well, that's
You won't realize, Tom, that shit'll spoil. What happens if the power goes out, dumbass?
Yeah, like
no,
there's a lot of that shit. They're fucking retarded.
Well, that shit's weird, man. We had a blizzard last year. My power was out for a week and a half. Snow so thick we couldn't even get out. I live in the Cascades, so it was fucking up there, man. And it was in April. It was bullshit.
April is weird like that.
But I shoveled the shit out. We laid kitty litter down, and we shoved my fucking mother-in-law's Camaro out of the snowdrift and made it to the store. And the store was fully stocked.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Because nobody's getting there.
So I'm going to keep
Since this is a car stream, here's a question for the panel.
between the elephant's toes in Africa is?
I'm sorry, I turned on this motherfucking stream to find out what this nigga's saying.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
Yeah, what channel is that on? I want to go in there and talk shit and get on the list.
considering this is a car stream, here's a question for you. What do you think is the best car to deal with the coronavirus? Maybe give you two choices.
What?
So
What?
You're dealing with this whole corona. Yeah, you're dealing with the coronavirus. You're trying to avoid getting the coronavirus. Best car for this whole shit. What are you dealing with? You know, there's parts shortages and whatever. Like you can't go everywhere.
Oh, yo, GM, yo, you gotta get a GM or a Ford. Most likely a GM. You'll never run out of parts if you get a GM.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you want to have like a car that like yo, if you're gonna go buy a car for the apocalypse, it's gonna be American made.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, there are some things like fucking, what do you call it? You were talking about earlier, you got that new Dodge Caravan. Dude, I would have told you to get an old one, like the old K car one.
Well,
yeah, it may be gutless, but...
Yo, it's the same Mitsubishi motors and shit.
No. They put some Mitsubishi motors in them, but the
They
one
were-
I'm looking at is... The
they were
2.5
all-
liter four.
I know what you're talking about, right? But like even the fucking V6s they put in them were all Mitsubishi motors.
Oh, the V6s were all Mitsubishis. I'm talking about the inline fours. The inline fours were a great little motor. You had a 2.6,
Yeah, I can't-
2.5, 2.2
Yeah,
was
yo,
turbocharged.
those were Mitsubishi motors too.
No, those were Chrysler. Those were 100% Chrysler. Non-interference, push rod. Were they push rod? No, they're overhead valve, and they had a timing belt, and they were non-interference. So it was.
Now they had a
quite
timing.
nice.
They had a timing chain on them.
No. On the V6s, yeah.
No, on the four
inline
cylinders.
fours, it's a timing.
On the inline fours, which you know, I mean, like all 4-cylinder inline fours, like fucking, they don't make fucking V4s, yeah,
Not,
huh?
they do, but not many. A bunch of fucking Saabs back in the day. came
Well,
with,
yeah, and Saabs
two
Saabs had those fucking had them fucking 5-cylinders too, but fucking yeah, fucking the garbage, but like right, like, them things were junk. Yo, it was the same motor.
I've never even heard of a 5-cylinder. Really.
Yo, the Hummer H3 came with a 5-cylinder.
Oh yeah, it's a diesel.
And no, it wasn't a diesel. Was not a diesel. They did make a diesel 5-cylinder, but the vast majority were gas powered 5-cylinder fucking H3s.
The H3 is literally one of the worst.
They were so. I thought no, fuck no, get out of here.
It doubled. No, the reason is it doubled down on all of the problems of other ones that people had an issue with. I knew it wouldn't sell too big. Like it was a fad car. If that makes sense.
It was a fucking gas motor, but they used it in the Saab.
Well, the Saabs were all fucking 5-cylinders. Those fucking
No, not all of them.
For the most part.
Well, like back in the day, Saab made some 2-strokes, and after fucking after World War II, we bombed the fuck out of most places, and so like most of Saab's market was places that literally hadn't built up the infrastructure to have gas cars again, so they're all 2-strokes. They're all shitty little 2-strokes. So they made like the Saab Sonnet, the 9.3, the 9.6. They all had 2-strokes, and then once they started to build up that infrastructure again, they turned them into gas cars. And so like with the Saab 9.6, like there's some interesting fucking engineering solutions they did for these fuckers. Like for example, you can't freewheel a fucking or not, you can't freewheel. You can't engine brake with a 2-stroke because your oil is in your fuel. So if you cut your fucking gas to your 2-stroke, all of a sudden your motor's not getting any more oil and it's wearing excessively. So they built freewheeling gears for the top gears so that when you lift off the gas, it would cut power to transmission and the thing would just go to idle. And that way it wouldn't fucking excessively wear. Well, then they started putting Ford V4s in there, and that was made by Ford of Britain, like Ford of Europe, but mainly it's British. And a literal V4, a 4-cylinder that's in a V configuration. But they still kept the freewheeling because they just fucking switched the motor. They didn't change the transmission or any of that shit. So kind of odd, but anywho, continue. No, but I do know that those Dodge Caravans, the first generation, they all of the 4-cylinders came with timing belts because they're non-interference. They're reliable. They're not amazing MPG, but you could get, I think, 30-something MPG out of them. And 4-cylinder, they made turbocharged versions. And the thing with the K cars, while a lot of them were lemons, it was the first proper modular American car platform. So like every single car had the same transmissions and engines, and they just changed the bodies for the most. And suspension components, I should say, at least for the front end. So like if you did end up getting a lemon like today, there's probably like fucking 30 of those fuckers in a junkyard somewhere, and you could piece together all the shit you ever needed. So you could buy one that doesn't run for like fucking a couple $100, and worst case, the motor doesn't work, you go to a pick and pull, buy a whole nother fucking motor, drop it in there. There you go. It's like super simple. And since they're non-interference, you lose your timing belts. You're not just grenading your fucking motor. So there's that. But that isn't about the coronavirus car, though.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, we can talk about whatever, dude. I fucking love cars. You know the situation. Yep. Like fucking yeah. If anybody can name the car in the goddamn thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? I'll have some respect for you.
Let me see.
Can't be looking up what the fucking movie was and no bullshit. Got fucking know what the car is.
The movie. I'm looking at the car.
You don't have to look up the car. You just got
looking up the car, looking at the car in the thumbnail. I'm in your damn Discord.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Ford of some sort, I'm pretty sure.
It is a Ford. Anybody else, man? Anyone else here know anything about fucking cars? Man, y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers.
I listen.
See, I know
even
if
cars, I look
like
I'm not the greatest with models like that. I know a little bit, but I'm no expert.
See, I know the cars I like. That does not look like a car I fucking like, man.
Victor Rand is correct. That is a Ford Torino.
See,
Well, I haven't heard that
it
name
looks
in a
familiar.
minute.
Yeah, fucking that was car action. I think died in the 1970s. Like fucking, they stopped making it.
Oh yeah, man. Well, they stopped making a lot of great cars, but fuck. I mean, when it comes to older cars, if I had to pick one from that general area, I'm really partial to the air-cooled Volkswagens. So long as
Oh,
they're after
shut up.
1968.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here with
I'm-
that bullshit.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. A motor that you can pick up by hand and like carry around, not having to worry about it pissing coolant whenever you
Again.
have any sort of mechanical issue.
Again, like, yo, I don't care. All right. Like, I will never drive a goddamn Volkswagen. All right. They are fucking garbage cars and I fucking hate all of them. And as far as I'm concerned, they're Nazi cars. All right.
Hey, Tom, literally, the irony is I'm watching on Netflix. It's a series called Dirty Money. And the first episode of season 1 has to deal with Volkswagen and
I agree.
fraud
New
that they did with their
Volkswagens-
diesel engine.
Oh, I agree. New Volkswagens are shit. I've hated every
Yeah.
non-air-cooled Volkswagen that has ever existed. Why? Because they're all shit for the most part. The diesels, like the original ones, not too bad, but like after the air-cooled VWs, like for example, you know the Volkswagen van again, the last rear-wheel drive Volkswagen van.
Yeah.
So they went from the air-cooled motor, I think it was in 1984 when they stopped. They went to what they called the Wasserboxer, which was a water-cooled version of the air-cooled flat 4, and it was shit. Since it was rear-engine, rear-wheel drive, they had to pipe a radiator that's all the way at the very front of the fucking van and have the coolants go through the whole van. So you got all this fucking piping going everywhere.
Yeah.
Then you had the shitty little motor. That's
Yo, did you watch
gaskets.
Yeah, did you watch Real Car Reviews?
Yes, I do.
Well, they did one on the Vanagon like fucking 2 days ago.
Oh shit! Is it real or
Yeah.
regular car reviews? But
You know, like fucking, what is it? Regular car reviews? Yeah, regular
Yeah,
car
probably.
reviews. Yeah, RCR.
shit out. Yeah, it depends on the ones. Up in, I think so. I'm pretty sure they made the Vanagon from like 80 to so on. Up until,
No, they made the
no, no,
Vanagon from like 1960. Fuck, like 1963.
No, I'm not talking about the Volkswagen van, but there's a version that they called the Vanagon, the T3.
Yeah, it was. It was like it fucking started back in fucking 63, and it ran until I think like the late 80s, maybe something like that.
See, the Vanagon, let me go to.
Okay,
So
while
they
you're
started- it was what 19. They started making it from 1979, I think, was when they started making the van again. It was like 79, yeah, 1979, and they made it till 2002, technically.
Why don't you get an
You know what?
AMC Hornet like a real man? And if I wanted a car that 3 high schoolers could pick up and steal, literally, we picked up my science teacher's fucking Volkswagen Bug and moved it across the street.
Oh,
Okay,
Why-
and we
why
weren't
y'all
the biggest
stealing
guys.
shit?
In the-
Why y'all stealing
I know.
shit?
we were
No,
fucking
I-
with the teacher. Yeah, we just moved it across the
I
street.
mean, you could technically do that with a lot of cars if you really
No,
wanted to.
I agree, and there are some things I have seen. Like, I follow this guy on a fucking car blog. He parked his fucking Beetle in LA, and he goes to like start it up, and he gets in and starts it up, and like nothing. And so he goes, opens up the fucking back, the motor's just gone, and he just follows the oil trail there. So what happened was 2 guys fucking parked their car, took that fucking thing off the motor mounts, and just picked it up and put it in their trunk and drove off because it's light enough to do that with 2 people easily
Well,
enough.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, though, if you want a reliable car that's in that same era, the AMC Hornet, 70s, early 80s, solid frame. It's not fiberglass at all. You get in a wreck, you'll probably live, and it goes a decent speed.
Oh yeah, it's
Yo,
Get that.
If you want
but at the same time,
if you want a van from that era, like I believe the fucking Dodge Caravan came out in like 85.
Oh yeah, the Hornet. The Hornet is the Hornet's a coupe. It's not a
Yeah,
van,
I know
but-
the Hornet. I know the AMC Hornet. It's a fucking gangster little car
well,
and shit.
Didn't they make a wagon version, or was that just called the fucking AMC? Something.
There was a Pacer, and then there was the motherfucking Hornet, and then there was the Javelin, and fucking there was the AMX. I'm trying to think here. Fucking AMC had a bunch of models, and they were all good. Like legit. I loved AMCs. They were fucking cool as shit cars.
Oh yeah, they were pretty decent. I mean, what's the other thing? Well, let me finish with this bit. I'd say everything made by Volkswagen, at least that was sold in the U.S. after '84, is shit for the most part. Unless you want a little diesel that gets good MPG, then you get like a
Because they just went
Rabbit.
downhill.
Yeah.
That's just what happened. They went downhill and they weren't getting any sales, so they had to start cutting corners.
Well, the only
No,
reason
there are a
I'd buy a Volkswagen nowadays, LM, would be a Jetta for my daughter on her 16th birthday. That's it.
Yeah. Well, let me put this.
Tune it.
There's some reasons that Volkswagen did really bad in the U.S. marketplace. One, chicken tax, which if you are a fan of foreign cars, you know of the chicken tax. Basically,
The chicken tax legitimately murdered small fucking trucks.
Oh yeah, it did, because they're all made in countries that had small fucking roads and small fucking populations, where it made a lot of fucking sense to make small trucks, and they could do it cheaply. Fucking Volkswagen was one of those people. They were making the fucking Volkswagen vans that were pickups, and then because of a literal chicken tax in Europe, where they were taxing the imports of American chickens, they, in retaliation, made a tax on light trucks from other countries. So Volkswagen couldn't sell their fucking Volkswagen van trucks here, and so that's why they're extremely rare here. And that's one of the reasons they suffered, is because if you were making light trucks, Volkswagen was doing better than basically anybody else, including the Japanese way back when. It's when they got time passed, the Japanese did better.
I'm gonna tell you the one I'm really mad we didn't get legitimately was the Vauxhall. The fucking Maloo.
What was that?
The Maloo.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Well,
there's some good ones, man.
And Pinoid, your chat here, Victor, is saying if you want a van from back then, they'd rather have a full-size Chevy or Ford. Wasn't it Dodge that did the Econo van with the conversion in the back, where it was pretty much a mini RV?
Everybody did.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking company had one of those. But like legit fucking like yo fucking look, I'm white trash to the core of me, okay? Like I like Subaru Brats. I like motherfucking I like the Maloo. I like Chevy El Caminos. I'll be honest with you, I hate the Ford Ranchero, but that's only because I hate all Fords.
Yeah, El Camino, motherfucker. My buddy had a Ranchero. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna key the fuck out of it. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, watch me. I got drunk one night and I was like, hey, Charles, keyed it.
Yo, did you ever see the Maloo?
Wait, did you literally key his Ranchero?
Oh, it was rusted up. It didn't fucking matter. It wasn't a brand new paint job. Fuck that nigga.
Yo, Mad Dodge, have you ever seen a Maloo?
I have not.
You need to go on Google and type in MALOO right the fuck now. Like just go on there and type in MALOO. All right, and like fucking look up Maloo, and you'll go, yo, we need those. Like, why didn't we get these?
Okay, I'll check that out, but I got something to read off for you on Twitter. This is hilarious.
What up?
5 things more dangerous than COVID-19. Leaving Joe Biden unattended at a child's birthday party. Being an enemy of Hillary Clinton. Getting a vaccine from Bill Gates. Getting between Speaker Pelosi and her whiskey bottle. And the last one, whistleblowing on the DNC. Rest in peace, Seth Rich. Yep.
Man, nothing but facts. That was lit.
Agreed,
Most of these be trash, but that was lit.
I will say that if I had to go with a van that wasn't an air-cooled VW van with independent rear suspension from that kind of era, I'd go with a Econoline, a 3rd gen, with the fucking 3.5-inch inline 6, 4 or 5-speed manual. That is a fucking beast of a damn van. All right, it's body on frame. That inline 6, nothing can kill that fucker. I hear fucking even though technically speaking, people are during the whole Cash for Clunkers thing, which was shit. Apparently, they're trying to revive it. Hopefully, they fucking don't. Sometimes they would get in vehicles that still ran, and even though they weren't supposed to crush them, what they would do is they would fucking destroy the motors so that they would be crushable, quote unquote. And one of the ones one guy talked about, they put fucking sand in the fuel, and they just fucking ran it with a brick on the pedal, and the thing ran till it ran out of gas. They kept doing that, and finally they put what was it? They called it liquid glass, which was just some like really thick shit to fucking destroy the motor, and it caught on fire. Oh yeah, they ran it without coolant, and it just kept on going and going and going, and they just finally had to like put something in the engine that would literally stop the pistons from moving. But that motor's fucking indestructible. With a manual transmission, it's pretty good. The Ford rear ends, they put Dana 44s in some of them, and those would be the ones to get, man. If you want a tank of a van and you couldn't go with like an air-cooled Volkswagen, that is a tank of a van. Fucking inline six, all iron, manual transmission, Dana 44 in the rear, body on frame. That is ridiculous, and it looks good for a fucking van, man. It looks tough. It's not like some fucking pedophile van or some shit.
So you pretty much going to war is what you're saying with that.
All I'm saying is this thing could fucking if it was a pickup truck, the fucking ISIS guys would be driving them right now, okay?
Doing drive-bys in the van is what you're saying?
I put a Maloo in the motherfucking war room and shit.
Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, I was looking for it. Wow, that's actually pretty badass looking.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's modern, but yeah. Australia, they have an issue where you really can't, like, put power outers on your vehicle. Like, the fucking Australia's inspections and whatever, what you're allowed to do your cars are ridiculous. So because of it, Australia has a really good factory performance vehicles, fucking, like, or a really good amount of factory performance vehicles, because you're not allowed to modify your vehicles in that manner, which really sucks.
Not anymore.
Well, it's pretty fucking bad when it comes to that shit.
Well, again, I say not anymore. Like, yo, they don't have motherfucking, like, they don't have fucking car manufacturing anymore.
Oh yeah, well, Holden went out of business there.
So did Vauxhall.
Yeah, well, Holden was Chevy's division.
No, it was Ford's division.
No. Well, was it? Let me.
Yeah, Vauxhall. That's a Vauxhall Maloo.
No, I'm pretty sure that Holden was Chevy, because
no, Holden's Ford.
The Chevy. Well, you know the Chevy SS.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a Holden.
That's a Vauxhall.
No.
That's a.
Well, no, and I'm watching your chat. I'm watching your chat. Sorry, but you know what? I'm watching your chat. Victor brought up a very good point. Cash for Clunkers was a horrible program. One, they took out the cars that were on the cusp of being classic. They wiped them off the marketplace. So they kind of killed the classic car market for our kids.
Not just that, but they also did that for the fucking economy cars and shit, like piece of shit little things that got good gas mileage, basic transportation, like fucking Geo Metros and shit. And like little fucking Chrysler K cars. That was probably the one that was worst affected by them, because a lot of them were lemons and people just didn't treat them well. But no, Holden was formerly known as General Motors Holden. Holden.
Well, General Motors is a big umbrella though, LM.
That's a Vauxhall VXR8. That's a Chevy SS right there.
I'm certain Holden is not Ford. And I'm certain that it's what do you call it? Fucking, they made the SF.
Well, I mean, when you think Chrysler, do you think GM immediately? I mean, if you're a car guy, then probably, but if you're just a layperson, no. You think Chrysler is Chrysler.
Well, no, fucking Chrysler is not part of GM. It's part of Fiat Chrysler America.
Oh, I'm thinking Plymouth then. Sorry. Plymouth, whatever. Yeah. See how many fucking companies there are that are under these umbrellas? That's my point.
Was both Holden and Vauxhall motherfucking... Whatchamacallit?
No. Here you go. No, the Chevy SS is the Holden Commodore. Literally, it was imported from Australia to the U.S. and if you like take off some of the fucking little plastic shit in the fucking back, you can see the Holden fucking what do you call it? Badges and shit. Like,
Well, it's kind of like the Pontiac Firebird was pretty much the Camaro but cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Okay. Look, all right. Owner of motherfucking Vauxhall, General Motors, 1925 to 2017.
Okay. Wait, no fucking way.
Okay, so both of them are fucking GMs.
Okay. So it wasn't a Ford thing though.
Yo, I'm pretty sure. I thought Ford owned one of them motherfuckers. I thought it was Ford
That's
versus
how it
Chevy.
is, bro.
No,
when
I
you
think
start
Ford
looking
has
some of this shit up.
No, I think Ford has a Ford Australia. Like, I think Ford, no matter where you go, is called Ford because Ford's always been.
Yeah.
No. Ford.
They have
Ford.
Mercury. They have Mercury.
No, Mercury's Chrysler. No, wait. Yeah, Mercury is Ford. Mercury's Ford. All right, how about this one? They also owned fucking Jaguar.
Oh yeah, no, Ford's owned.
I always wonder who
everybody.
owned Jaguar. I forget.
I'm pretty
Wasn't
sure.
I thought Jaguar was British. My bad.
It is British, but all the British companies are owned by companies like Opel, right?
Yeah.
Opel was a British company. It was owned by GM.
No, I don't think Opel. Oh yeah, Opel might have been a British company, but I know it's definitely owned by GM. But
it's not anymore, I don't think. Right?
Oh no, they sold it to I think it was Peugeot. I think they sold it to.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Wait. We locked the British out of the car market pretty much by buying up their assets. Why the fuck did we let Toyota in? Who let these motherfuckers
Because
in?
they were making cars.
Well, to be fair, Toyota, I think for England, why not say first things first? England is probably one of the worst car marketplaces out there. The licensing is super strict. The fucking climate is horrible for any automobile that can rust or corrode. The roads.
But Britain was never a manufacturer like that. They always they were always getting shit from across the seas. From colonial times to recently.
I mean, there are certain things that they did well, but when I say they did well, that's with a stipulation. It has British engineering and British reliability. Like, fuck. I know a guy
Okay. How about this one? How about this one here? All right. So I didn't know this. This is something that I was not aware of. All right. In 1989, Ford acquired Jaguar. In 2000, Ford acquired Land Rover, and in 2002, Ford put Jaguar and Land Rover together under the same marquee. As mentioned, Ford sold Jaguar and Land Rover in 2008 to Tata Motors, which is fucking India.
It's owned by India. Yeah, it's India.
Okay, I forgot.
Okay. You know what, guys? I will allow Toyota. They make some good shit. We'll allow them. But Kia, really? You're letting the Koreans in on it now? Come on.
Why not? They making cars and making money, bro. That's just the name of the game.
See, Kia and like fucking what's the other one? Hyundai and shit. They used to be shit. Now they're great. Like everybody talked shit about them in the '90s because they arguably made pieces of shit because that was the fucking corner of the market they saw that they could get into, and they got into it and they fucking made their money, and now they actually make pretty decent products. The main issue with those fucking things is there's not enough dealerships around, so if you need to get them worked on by somebody who knows how to fucking work on them, which, to be perfectly honest, this day and age, good luck going to anywhere but a fucking dealership with a new car.
Well, no, and what do you mean? Okay, they saw that they can get in on the shitty car market. That's like getting in on the box market to be an architect. What the fuck?
Wait, shitty. I mean, there's a market for everything. Some people want cheap shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making cheap shit where you are and you can just fucking export that shit for super cheap, yeah, fucking it. You're not making as much as you would if you were selling a higher end automobile. So it's not the smartest way to go. But like, if there's a ton of higher end automobiles on the market and you just add another one there, you're not gonna fucking succeed, man. Shit, unless you're making something ridiculously
think strategies, because there's always different business strategies. Think like this: instead of selling a car, let's say you can get $100,000 for a car. Let's just put it that way, right? Well, how many you got to make up? 6, 7 of them? If you just do it in mass, do it for cheap, and sell them for 16 a piece, all you need is 7. It's really not. It's simple math.
Well,
and
like,
you
yo,
know
hold
that
up.
you can
I
get
gotta,
it in
I
mass, and people are gonna buy your
gotta,
shit.
yo, I gotta address the chat, Victor. I'm gonna tell you what. I legitimately would buy one of those Kia Tellurides. Like real shit. I think they're fucking good looking ass fucking vehicles. And Janet, I don't like Toyotas, but I do like fucking the old Acura Legends. I think those fucking cars are goddamn gangster. My buddy had one, and he had the engine stroked and bored in it. Like fucking, he was a drug dealer, so it was what it was. And then he put some like fucking 19s on that motherfucker. Yo, it was so sexy with the fucking custom black flake fucking paint job and shit. Yo, that thing was. Yo, and legit, he had like a fucking TV in the dashboard. We used to watch midget porn going down the highway and shit.
You
I
said
would
that
say
shit
two
because you
things.
know I hate midgets, right? Like,
You hate
Wait,
midgets.
what? You hating these dwarf folk? You hating the bitches for what?
no, dude, I was selling weed, man, and my buddy's like, hey, I got somebody that wants to buy a fucking quarter. I'm like, okay, cool. I get there, and it's a midget. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I sell him the weed, and then he goes to shake my hand. And I kind of felt like a dick. I look at his hand and those little sausage fingers. I look at him. I looked at him. I'm like, fuck. All right. I guess I'll shake your fucking hand.
Like, yo, look, my man Victor said Acura Legends are dope. Is just an Accord. I'm gonna go with no. Like, legitimately, because everybody I know who owned an Acura Legend, those motherfuckers never died. Like, they was still running them with like 400,000 miles on them and shit. Like,
Dude, I like the Integra. I learned how to drive a stick with an Acura Integra. My buddy, his mom owned one. So we took it out a few times, and that's how I learned how to drive a stick.
yo, look, Fords are garbage, all right, Victor? As far as I'm concerned, Fords are garbage. Hondas are fucking go-karts, all right? And Toyotas are for fucking Mexicans, all right?
See, no. I will say this. I think all Hondas and Acuras, talking purely cars here, are shit. Not for reliability, but because every single fucking one of them is an interference engine. So if you lose your goddamn timing chain, which they all basically use timing chains, none of them came with timing gears, your fucking pistons smash into your valves. Worst case, you need to get your fucking, or best case, you need to get your valve or your head redone, and that's a couple $1,000s. Worst case, it fucking grenades your motor. The valves fucking split into fragments, and they just start going through the coolant jacket of your engine.
And every time I've ever had a Ford, it tried to murder me. All right, I have never had a Ford not try to kill me. All right,
I had an '88 T-Bird, man, and that thing was beat the shit. Like the fucking door was all fucking dented in and shit. But it ran
pieces of shit. Yeah.
Whatever. It ran like a champ. V8 fucking ran like a champ.
Yo, look here. I had a Ford Escort station wagon, right? And the rear control arm let go, and I did 70 miles an hour head on into a telephone pole, right? Jesus. And then I had a Ford F-250, and the fucking transmission line blew onto the exhaust manifold and caught fire and burned the truck the fuck down, right? And then I had another Ford fucking Escort, right? And this motherfucker again, fucking the rear control arm let go and rolled my bitch down a fucking hill 7 goddamn times.
Oh, yeah, no. I was going to follow up the Thunderbird thing with the bad story, which is the Ford Taurus that my ex decided to drive when it was knocking. I'm like, the fucking engine's knocking. Don't drive it. Okay? Don't do it. She's on I-5 in the fast lane, and the engine blows.
Life in the fast lane, sure to make you lose your mind.
Yeah, no, the engine blows. She blows a rod straight through that bitch, and she fucking cut off a semi-truck and damn near died.
Well, she didn't listen. That's what happens when you don't listen.
How long after that did it take for you to break up with her?
Oh, it was fairly rapidly, but then my Thunderbird was in storage.
Rapidly,
months. I had a kid. My oldest son was with her. I had a kid with her, so it took a little while.
Understandable, man. But I would have just been like, drop that bitch like a bad habit. Like as soon as she asked me for the fucking help, I'm gonna be like, fuck you.
I would make sure she's safe, and then we will deal with that. because I actually have a heart.
I call the cops for her if need be, but otherwise,
No, it gets worse. It gets worse. You know that Thunderbird that I loved?
Yeah.
That was in storage. I was paying for storage. I was giving her the money to pay for it. She kept the money. I had that Thunderbird. It still ran. It was in the storage, in the parking spot, and in it was my goddamn Atari original wood, the old Atari with like fucking 150 games.
Why were you paying for the storage yourself?
Yeah,
it was in her name. I don't remember why. Some reason it was in her name. I think she already had it.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I think she already had it before I got with her. So I just added a parking spot onto the storage unit.
No, fuck that noise, man. Like, fuck that. I mean, yeah, we all fuck up, but like, no, I ain't let anybody else pay for my shit.
That Atari was probably worth more than the goddamn Thunderbird, to be honest.
Yeah, but the Thunderbird
been in the car.
Man. It's a champ. Keep that shit. But like, what's the fucking thing I was thinking of? No, Ford has some issues. For example, Ford had their you hear about the whole shit with their Focuses and like Fiestas recently.
Which thing?
What do you mean recently? Let's talk about the Pinto in 78 if you want to talk about something fun.
See, the Pinto had its issues, but it's not like, so with these
issues, you got rear-ended and it blew up. That's a major issue.
Shit happens.
I mean, yeah, shit happened. This is a different thing, though. Fucking the Ford Fiestas and Ford Focuses, the ones with automatic transmissions were dual clutch transmissions, and like every single one of those fuckers had some sort of serious mechanical issues with them.
Didn't they get recalled?
They had a not a recall because they wanted to avoid doing a fucking recall. What happened is Ford kept admitting, like, oh, we didn't do any fuck ups. And then, like, engineers were coming up. It's like, if you would have just spent 6 cents on this fucking fix, it would have fucking been, like, per transmission, it would have been 6 cents more, something ridiculous, or something ridiculous.
I thought they had a government recall on those.
I don't think they had a government recall on them. What they did is they were instructing dealers to secretly, like, oh, we found something else on your car. We need to fix this. And they would fix it because the cost of fixing it secretly would be less than issuing a full recall on them. But basically, every single one of these things, like, oh, there's only 50,000 miles on it. Transmission's shitting itself. So if you're buying a Ford Fiesta or Ford Focus, do not buy one with the dual clutch transmission. Get the manual transmission. Just a heads up. For
I wouldn't have bought one anyway. They don't look good.
Well,
yo, look here, man.
They just don't look good, bro.
Yo, look here. I had an 02 Ford Explorer, right?
Yep.
Anybody that knows anything about the fucking 02 Ford Explorer, every Ford Explorer from all fucking 1998 to 2004, all right? 65% of them had to have the transmission replaced before 50,000 miles.
Oh, you think that's bad? I'm pretty sure it was a Ford Explorer, but there was a while ago. It's fucking like 2000 something, or no, it was like 2010. A container ship. So this woman, she I think she's part military or military spouse or some shit. She had her Ford Explorer or something or other, some Ford SUV, on a container ship. And she was shipping it back from where she was, or shipping it to where she was, whatever, because she was out of country. And the fucking battery started, like, there's a short somewhere that was a recall, and it caused a fucking fire, and it burnt down the fucking container ship. And the container ship was full of, like, a couple hundred BMWs and, like, all sorts of shit. And so the whole fucking container ship sunk. Like, the whole thing fucking went down because of this one fucking little Ford assembly issue.
So what
with this
happened?
thing. She got sued into oblivion, and when they figured out she had no money, they tried to sue Ford into oblivion, which they couldn't get it to stick because it was a recall that she didn't get the maintenance done because they didn't sell that car in fucking
How
Europe.
are they suing her into oblivion?
The car companies? Well, let me put it this
way.
way.
I'm just saying, like, how can you fault anybody?
Well, it was a recall that needed to be done, but the thing is that you'll learn this if you ever get in a situation like this. You may not be at fault, but companies that want money are going to sue the fuck out of you.
Of course they will.
So these companies lost a fuck ton of cars on this one container ship, and fuck, I need to look this up right now. I'll post it.
Well, then you know what? Maybe I'm being kind of old school, but
Tom, you know about
What up?
original insurance in European history with shipping?
Remotely.
Okay. Like how insurance started and how I think if you're gonna have insurance instead of the bullshit we have today is like how they did it back in the day. So you would have investors, you know, when they would, you know, for sugar cane or you know, any kind of product that they have, tobacco, whatever, they would put in order to get the funding for the voyage or for the enterprise, whatever the venture was, they eventually started, you know, credit of insurance. Now, of course, the investors, they're going to make a killing once things are sold. The problem is it's venture capitalism. If that ship sinks, then you just lost your fucking money.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
how
this was-
insurance should be, and that's to me the only insurances you really should have.
I kind of
Business
agree.
insurance.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. But before we get away from Ford, I want to bring out the member berries. All right, two things I want you guys to remember. One, the Mustang 2 and how much that car sucked. Okay, I just want you guys to remember that. Just think about that for a minute, and then the Firestone scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Firestone shit. That being said, the Mustang 2, as much as I want to hate it, I kind of like it, and bear with me here. It's not a real Mustang, sure enough. But you take a turbo Pinto 4 from like an SVO or a Mercure XR4 Ti, and you put that in there, and that thing would be a little sleeper. And those little Ford Pinto motors, because of the fucking mini truck racing, they're limited to 2.5 liters or less. Like 2.5 liters is the hard cutoff for a motor. They hot rod the shit out of those little Pinto motors where they're producing like in excess of 800 horsepower in some ways. Like they're ridiculous.
I
If
don't
you
know,
wanted to
man.
see the fucking okay. Let me put it this way: it's like you got a little fucking just shitty little Pinto or fucking Mustang 2, which was basically a Pinto. It uses the Pinto unibody, and you drop a little turbo 4 in there from even if it's just a basic one out of the SVO or the XR4 Ti or some of the fucking they put them in one Mercury. That thing would be a little rocket ship and still do decent gas mileage, be simple to work on, cheap to fix, all that shit.
Okay, I'm not a mechanic, okay? But I'm telling you, my stepdad had a 78 Chevy Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That basic bitch Nova would be any souped up fucking Mustang 2 you bring to the line. Now, you want me to go grab a Firebird or a Camaro? You're fucking totally screwed. How about we bring out the big guns with the fucking 78 Stingray? You really want to try and hang with that?
No. I honestly think that a souped up Pinto will probably do better than most of those just because of one thing and one thing alone. Weight.
Power to weight ratio.
Yeah, it's basic. Well, it's not just power to weight ratio, but it's weight itself. Because in a corner, your fucking momentum wants you to keep going straight, no matter what the fuck you're doing. Wherever you've built the most momentum going in a given direction, that's where it wants to continue. That's why you can't go as fast in the snow as you can on dry, because you'll lose fucking traction and go sideways into a fucking guardrail, and if you're unlucky, off the fucking cliff to your death.
Well, yeah,
A
it's
lighter
basic.
car, if all other factors stay the same, horsepower, torque, fucking drivetrain losses, all that shit. If it all stays the same, a lighter car can take corners faster than a heavier car. And so a lighter Pinto will have a better power to weight ratio, will handle better in the corners. And I'm like, maybe in a drag strip, you want a heavier car that can put down all that power and shit and really fucking go in a straight line. But in the corners, you're going to lose. That's just it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like short wheelbase and motherfucking like more power equals short wheelbase, good brakes, and fucking decent power equals fucking eating up corners. Ask anybody who owns a Porsche, a BMW, motherfucking. I'm trying to think here, fucking a Lotus, right? Like a Lotus will blitz the motherfucking Nürburgring as fast as a fucking Corvette or a Mustang will.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well, if you
again,
look
it's
at
all
fucking,
it's all physics, and you have to think about it from this perspective. Is you want the power to weight ratio? That's one thing, but you also I do. Look at the BMW M3R. They only built a few of them because they had to. But when you look at why the BMW M3R was an extremely good track car, wasn't just because it could put a lot of that power down, because it was actually a fairly heavy car, considering what it was. But it's the fact that it also had a differential system that allowed power to go from, if you're going through a turn, that power is going to be put to the outside or inside wheels, depending on what type of turn you're taking, and that power will be put to where it needs to go. So if you start getting some wheel slip, that power and that traction, it gets redistributed to where that wheel slip is happening, and it keeps the car essentially planted.
Oh,
and
but you also, like, the other half of this is what's your car geared for, right? Like, if you're geared for the quarter mile, you know what I'm saying? Like, your cars, like, for instance, like fucking like a Chevy Caprice, right? Or like fucking like I'm trying to think here, like an old Nova can get to 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 faster than a Honda. But, you know what I mean, like, in a mile, like, that Honda will bypass it because the Honda can do 180 miles an hour, where, you know what I'm saying, like, that Chevy or the Ford or whatever the case might be can only do a $155. You know?
Well, Pinoy, I got
does the
Pinoy
torque matter on it?
Yeah,
when
the torque.
when you're making the turns.
This is the big thing. This is the difference between torque and horsepower. Torque is how much work the engine can do, and horsepower is how fast it can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no,
So if you
and
have a
if
ton
you
of torque, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna pretty much agree with you. If you have too much torque on it, you could actually twist the fucking body of the car. But
there's all sorts of things. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I want to bring up. This is my favorite car, the '78 Stingray. Are you telling me that you can soup up a Mustang 2 to beat this car? And Pinoid, you know more about cars than I do.
Yes.
Click on that link and look at the specs.
Yes.
Tell me if you can do it.
For sure. Yes, you can.
Yeah, he can.
Easily.
If he can soup up that car, though, then we get to soup up the 78.
Well,
I mean, you could do that, but the question is like corners. Like, so this thing has some. Okay, let me see. Shifts. Some of that shit is pretty good.
What kind of racetrack are we talking about here, too? Are we talking about a straight drag race, or are we talking about like figure eight? Are we talking like a NASCAR? What are we talking about?
I'm thinking hill
that
climb
depends.
here. Hill climb is, I think, the best way to go about it.
Just because you want to fuck the Corvette over. Fuck you.
No.
Oh, dude, if you want to do hill climb, give me a fucking Subaru. Give me one of the.
That's decent, but I think a hill climb's the best because of a lot of factors. One, it's uphill, so when you need to get off the fucking gas and get on the brakes, you're already slowing the fuck down. So it's a lot safer in that way. There's a reason why they don't do hill descents and they do hill climbs. And then also you're going up in fucking altitude, so your shit's gonna stop performing less. So if you got a supercharger or turbocharger, you're doing pretty damn good. It's usually twisty as fuck because hills are twisty as fuck. But generally speaking, you're going to get optimal distribution for a rear-wheel drive car, which both of them are rear-wheel drive cars, because most of the weight's going to be on the rear wheels, so you're going to get the best traction for driving. You're going to fucking be in the twisties and turns and shit. It's going to be a lot safer because as soon as you get off the gas, you're going to be slowing down anywho. But then you got brakes on top of that shit, and you're gonna go as fast as the car can go on the uphill, which is generally a lot faster than it can go on flats.
Well, yeah, give me a T34 turbo with a front mount. Give me a T34 turbo with a front mount intercooler with 34-inch Brembo brakes, and put me in an all-wheel drive car like a Subaru STI or an Evo. And tell me to do a hill climb. I'll crush almost anything.
Yeah, and if you want, Pinoid, you were talking about earlier, going back to fucking like short wheelbase.
Oh, by the way, that's an inline 4. That's an inline 4.
And by the way, Mad Dodge, that Stingray that you posted up has 182 horsepower.
Yeah, the Pinto stock had about 100 horsepower, and then like when you turbo that shit, I mean. we're talking about fucking beefing the shit up. But I'm saying just price wise and whatever. If you wanted to get, like, say, give us a budget of what would you say is a fair budget, man? I'm saying something under 50 grand. All right.
Oh no, like yo, legit,
under 50 grand.
But...
Okay, hold on, Pinoid. Under 50 grand. All right. If you want a good car, and you're willing to do some work on it, take an E95 Civic hatch. And
no,
then,
dude, no,
hold on,
Dodge.
No, hold on.
We have our pairing.
Yeah,
The Corvette versus a Mustang 2.
And
Both
I
of
was
them
looking at
get
the
to be
Mustang
souped up.
too. I was
I'm
just
wondering-
from body type. You're definitively saying the Stingray is defeating the Mustang, and I don't see it.
yo, okay,
But
here's
just body type. I'm not seeing what you're
well,
saying.
here's the thing. Like, legitimately, for probably, like, I'm gonna tell you like this: for $3,000, I can make that Mustang 2 smoke that fucking Corvette.
Oh, of course, of course.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with the Stingray. The Stingray, while still having a short wheelbase, it has a long wheelbase, and it's not as well balanced.
It's got a long body. Period.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, that's
I'd say-
why in the new Corvettes, they actually have the transmission in the middle of the car to balance.
No,
the fucking
they've
Corvette
always
out.
they
Because
no no
the
no
engine.
no they have well okay, all right, hang on. The new Corvettes are all now mid-engine, right? The fucking the C8 and shit are all fucking mid-engine, but all Corvettes had their transmission against the goddamn fucking rear end.
Well,
All of them.
I was talking more about the C5. The C5
Yeah,
is the one I was talking
they've all had that since forever.
Not all of them, but they are pretty far back. There would be what you would call front mid-engine, but when you were talking about
Let's
short
see, the
wheelbases-
problem that the Stingray has is the fact that it's a long but short wheelbase. That's why it's crap in turns. It's great on a straight shot because
Exactly.
all the weight is put down towards the back. I mean, it's physics.
and good arrow, yeah.
Yeah, so, but having just a slightly shorter length on the wheelbase, but just a tiny bit wider or even the same, if you shorten the length of the wheelbase, it actually handles better in turns, and it also makes the thing a little bit stumpier. Hey, we were talking about midgets a little bit earlier. Make it a little bit more of a midget. You put the weight down, and so think about it from this perspective. If you have the weight pushing down on the tires, that's power that is going from the engine to the transmission down to the tires, and the tires are what is putting the pressure down onto the pavement, and that's what makes the car go forward.
I have to correct you, Pinoid.
1997. 1997, the
No,
Corvette got the transmission in the back.
Oh, what? I wasn't correcting you on that. When it comes to the 78, you were going on the lower end? No, if we're going to soup up the cars here, then this Corvette starts at the 220 horsepower, not the 175 to 185 base.
No.
The 220.
The 220 is just a higher number for fucking higher RPM. Right, it's like they have two numbers there. One number is at like fucking 3,000 RPMs. The other one's at 6. Right, at 3,000 RPMs, it makes fucking 185 horsepower. It makes 220 horsepower at motherfucking 6,000 RPMs.
Okay, so
And that's
let's just
also
go off
because
of-
that's when they very first started with the dual cam system, because you're not going to be making the same horsepower when you have the same cam timing. And it all boils, real quick, it all boils down to the amount of air that's actually going in. So if the valve timing, the more air you put into the cylinders, that's the more oxygen that you have.
Put a
Boom,
blower
that's
on
more
it.
power.
Yeah, put a blower on it.
You don't even need the blower. You don't even think about forced injection. Think about a naturally aspirated engine. The more air and the more fuel you have, the more power you get. But you need to transfer that power to the wheels so that it results in a quicker speed.
Victor, actually on that one, like, yo, look, after 1974, from 1974 until like 1990, 3 or 4, maybe somewhere right around there. Like, yo, you were looking at garbage horsepower ratings. That's because of that fucking super cat that came out after fucking Ralph Nader and shit.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
so I'm reading this right now. So highest end for the base model with the 4-cylinder manual transmission is fucking 2,778 pounds for the Mustang 2. For that Corvette you pull up, it is 3,000. What is it? 3,595 pounds. And that shit, that body, mostly fiberglass. You ain't fucking lightening that shit. Not easily, at least. This thing's steel. I
Yeah.
could fucking pop out the I could just pop out the fucking trunk lid and replace it with goddamn the coupe, because I honestly like the coupe. I think it looks a lot better.
Well, I don't want to lighten. I don't want to lighten up the Corvette though. At that point, if I gotta go around corners and you're wanting me to go up a mountain, I might want a little back weight. I might take my bench set and throw it in the back.
There is no bench set in a motherfucking goddamn fucking Corvette.
No, I'm telling you, a bench like at home, bench pressing. I'll take the weights out, put them in the back of my fucking car.
Here's the problem that I have with that Stingray that you were talking about. Is to me it's the fucking aerodynamic dimensions of the chassis. Like going around corners are gonna be a bitch compared to something like you mentioned, a BMW. Like it's just not built for.
Yeah, well,
It's built for more of a straightaway drag race.
We're just
so
talking
if you got to go
Ford,
corners, you're going to be in mad serious problem.
Yeah, see, we're just talking about Ford Pinto, or not Ford Pinto, Ford Mustang 2, which is basically a Pinto, versus a Corvette Stingray. The weight, I got the advantage there. The motor, and I say this is a no-cost dealio. Even if it's a no-cost dealio, I'm going to spend a shit ton less than you are to be faster than you, because I just weigh. Just starting out, I weigh about 700 pounds less, 800 pounds less than you do. And that's just stock. That's purely stock. And I can, if we're really going.
Wait a minute. Wait, you have a steel body, and I have a fiberglass body.
Fiberglass
How is the
isn't
weight
as light as you think it is, dude?
Yeah, you see, you may have light materials, but just like boats aren't fucking light. A lot of them are made out of fiberglass, but they sure as fuck ain't light. This thing is basically This is basically a Ford Pinto, which is an economy car with a little shitty 4-cylinder. That being said, that little shitty 4-cylinder is durable as fuck, and they make ridiculously tough fucking engine blocks for it. Because I did all this research on this shit because I like Ford Rangers and Ford fucking all that. I like those little 4-cylinders because they're non-interference, timing belt, all iron block. They're very durable for a 4-cylinder, and they came in rear-wheel drive implements only, so they're really tough that way. So this thing weighs about 700 pounds less. I can make it lighter without fucking with the aerodynamics or doing anything super expensive because it's all steel. Everything's fucking steel. It's steel unibody. Your fiberglass. If you want to reduce the fiberglass weight, you're gonna have to grind all that shit down.
I don't want to reduce the weight. I want to stick to the road and.
All right, hang on. I
want to boost my horsepower.
Hang on. Wait. We got Victor Rand in the chat. Let me address some shit he said. Before that, they measure horsepower at the crank with no load, like in the 1960s. Okay, so let me say this, right? In the 1960s and shit, fucking they were measuring at the fucking wheels quite often to try and keep insurance motherfuckers off their dick. Like they were like legit.
Wait. How were their insurance companies hounding it?
Because insurance companies were after that ass because a lot of these cars, like the vast majority of companies were saying we're not making race cars. Like a lot of the cars in the 1960s got built without the motherfucking knowledge or fucking want to of the CEOs and fucking goddamn boards and shit.
Moonshine type racing dudes.
No. Like the actual companies, guys like John DeLorean, he built the original motherfucking. He built the original Mustang and the original GTO, without knowledge of fucking Ford or fucking Pontiac at that point knowing about it. Because they weren't racing. They did not want fucking them motherfuckers to go racing at all. And when Zora, fucking the guy who built the original Corvette, wanted to have it be mid-engine, and he wanted to have a frame that was like built out of punch steel where there was holes in it to reduce weight and shit, and actually go racing with it. They legit fucking like shut down the project and made him destroy the fucking cars.
Yeah,
Right.
no, there's some ridiculous shit.
Well,
that
is this some
being
legal
said- okay,
issues
so let's
or
say-
no?
Okay,
Well,
Well,
yo,
okay.
okay, like here's the thing, like yo, people were like, yo, okay, so you had two type of individuals in these fucking companies, all right, and in especially like GM, you still have these motherfuckers in GM and Ford and fucking Chrysler and all these other companies. These heavy-handed bean counters and these accounting cocksuckers and your legal team, right, who would not let you build a proper goddamn race car and shit. Right, because like yo, they didn't want to get fucking sued. It's just like gun companies, you know what I mean, don't want to get sued by people, you know what I mean, like who are fucking out here shooting motherfuckers in schools and shit, and they don't want to get sued by survivors or their parents or whatever the case might be.
That's why they had the law that said fucking gun companies weren't liable for deaths because of their products. And they're trying to some anti-gun people are trying to repeal that, but yeah, that's not really an
think that's
issue
a
for
good
gun
one.
companies right now.
Well, what I'm thinking though is, okay, if I was gonna do this race, all right, you're lighter, right? So you're gonna be loose and quick. If I could beat you around the corners and beat you on a straightaway, I'm good. If maybe you overtake me on the corner, I don't care. I'm gonna beat you on every straightaway that we come to.
But
It doesn't matter.
No, you won't.
It matters a lot because like yo,
Actually, no.
here's the thing, you have to brake earlier going into the turns, and you have to wait to get on the power coming out of the turns. So by the time this motherfucker brakes, and by the time this motherfucker like gets off the fucking brakes as he's going around and taking that turn at twice the speed that you can, he's already like fucking 10-15 car lengths the fuck ahead of you coming out of the first fucking turn.
What I'm thinking though, what I'm thinking is like, I'm thinking like a stock car racer, right? So if you take wedge out, you're loose and quick, but you're all over the place.
But man,
If you add wedge, you're a little tighter, a little bit heavier, but you control better.
but
Okay.
man,
I'm gonna maneuver that corner better than he is.
but man,
Actually, no, and I need to point something
Man.
out real quick because this is important to point out. Which car is going to have the better limited slip differential? Because that is something very important that you need to point out. Because when you have the limited slip differential, that is what transfers power from the engine to the transmission down to the wheels. If you do not have a limited slip differential and the other car does, you're screwed.
No. You're getting this confused, okay? Limited slip differential locks the rear wheels so that both spin, and it's good because if you have a car with too much horsepower, it cannot put that power down reliably because it will just spin one wheel. Power.
Are you
takes-
telling me the Corvette cannot disperse
And
the power
that's-
out of its
No,
engine?
it cannot-
I
it
call
cannot.
bullshit.
No,
this,
it-
this is
yo,
what I'm.
look.
This is what I'm saying. If you
No,
do
let
not,
me-
if you have a heavy car like that and you do not have a limited slip differential,
Okay.
you're not going to win.
Okay.
against a car that does.
Wait. Here's the thing, though. All right, like even in modern Corvettes, like you have like a fucking ZR1, right? You know what I'm saying? Fucking like it's the best Corvette money could fucking buy before this fucking C8 came out. Legitimately, dude, it lost to everything on the track because you couldn't hold it in the fucking turns and it couldn't get the power down. Every time you went anywhere near the gas pedal, it just started trying to eat its rear tires.
Yeah, and
Man.
I gotta finish this thing about the limited slip differential because I think you may be thinking about like Subarus and Evos and shit, where that's a whole different thing. They got central differentials and whatnot. A limited slip differential. Okay, so let me say this: power is like water. It takes the path of least resistance. That's why on front-wheel drive cars, there's usually always one fucking wheel that spins more than the other. Why? Because that wheel has the shortest axle, which requires the least amount of energy to turn. So when you're stuck in the snow, that wheel's going to be the one that spins. In a lot of rear-wheel drive cars, you have the differential in the middle and between the axles, so it kind of goes in between depending on which one has the least amount of traction. Now, if you cannot put the power down, you're just going to spin that one wheel and you ain't going fucking anywhere quick. So the key is having a limited slip differential can be good, except the issue with most limited slip differentials is that they like to kick on when you are when you're exiting a corner. So you're going out of the corner, you're just about to straighten up, and they lock. The way that most of them work is that when you're going in a corner, they decouple because in a corner, your outside wheel travels a further distance than your inside wheel. If your differential's locked and both of them are spinning at the same speed, one of them is going to be slipping, which means you're going to lose traction, especially in a high horsepower motor, and you're going to spin your fucking wheels. You don't have any traction, you ain't going fucking anywhere until they stop spinning. So locking differential ain't fucking shit right now.
Well, you know what?
Oh, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying real quick. I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is like the lighter weight car with somewhat comparable horsepower, but that has the limited slip differential is probably going to be, for the type of race we're talking about, is probably going to come out on top as opposed to the heavy car that does not have a limited slip differential.
No. I would actually disagree because. Uh-oh. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Like, all right, so here's the problem with a limited slip def with a fuck ton of power behind it, right? Like, yo, it literally just tries to meet the front end. Every time you turn the fucking wheels, you're gonna have so much motherfucking oversteer that like it's gonna be damn near impossible to get a decent line in the fucking corner.
Yep. Right. And so, like, you want an open differential as much as you can. Maybe having a manually locking diff, which they make, where you could kick it on in a straightaway if you are having problems putting down
what you want is an independent rear suspension. That's what the fuck you want. That's what you really want in this race.
I think the Corvette has that advantage. I'm pretty sure.
No, it has a live axle in the back.
Well, no, this is what I would like to ask before I just go ahead and defer to you guys because you're the car nerds. I'm not. All right. I'm looking right now at the acceleration. Yep. 220 horsepower, 4-speed manual. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. 0 to 100, 17.9. I bet you we can up that. We could do better. We could do better. Quarter mile, 15.2 at 95 miles per hour. We could do better than that too. Come on.
You're not. You are not.
I've been trying to. Hold on.
See, if you're staying stock, I say 100% you are faster than me in the straightaways and probably faster than me on a hill climb because I have a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that puts out 80 horsepower.
I have the simple solution. Very simple. I've been trying to say it. Mad, have you ever played any racing game? Any NASCAR? Any street racing games at all?
Yes, that's how I know how to take off the wedge and stuff. You know what I do is I take my Corvette back in the PS2 Gran Turismo. I would take my Corvette. I would boost up the horsepower, but I would weigh it down so I could slide into that corner. I whip that back end around and I just go with it.
The reason I asked the question, because y'all are bringing out all the super specific. You're making this too complicated. Very simple. Here's why the Stingray in this specific, if we're talking specifically like a NASCAR type race, here's why it loses. Tom brought up the points. The thing is, it's the turn. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to slow down coming into the turns. All that horsepower and stuff is the worst decision in your life because you need quick acceleration. You're gonna need, if it's not gonna be able to turn very well, so you're just gonna get beat. It doesn't matter that the other car is whatever, and it's lighter.
Okay,
that's all you need to know. All the rest of this is irrelevant.
You played a lot of NASCAR.
Unless it's a fucking drag race. If it's a drag race, the Stingray wins. Simple.
Yeah,
very simple.
But no, okay, NASCAR. You can take the low line and you can hit that groove where you just go from low to high, and you barely have to decelerate, and you can slide right around that corner.
But the problem is, number one, that they're built for that. And look at the chassis of the stock car versus look at the Stingray. Look at the weight distribution. It's not even comparable.
We should add some stipulations so we don't get too derailed. We agreed it's between a Mustang 2, and we'll say coupe because that's the one I would go with. It isn't any faster. I just like the look of it. Versus Corvette Stingray, was 1978? Yeah. So, yeah. And this is on a hill climb. Corvette Stingray 1978 rear suspension. It's independent rear suspension. So it has that advantage there, which is good. Disadvantages, it's heavier. I can lighten my thing a lot easier. You want the weight, that's fine. I appreciate it. You can keep that. whatever, or however, I can take corners faster generally than you can. The stock horsepower, and it's that your car versus my car stock, your car is a lot faster. However, even if, say, we were limited by we can only use factory motors, we can't modify anything else, my car is going to be faster because I can just get a little turbocharged 4-cylinder from a Mustang SVO or a Mercure XR4 Ti, which, let me look up that horsepower figure right now.
For the Mustang is
XR4
built
Ti.
more like a stock car than the Stingray.
Yeah, so it had, let's see, what is it? It's a, it made 127 horsepower with a turbocharger, which, that's not, oh no, sorry, I'm being dumb here. Much, but I also weigh a lot less. So even if I just put in a turbocharged 4-cylinder, which isn't even really cranking up the horsepower, there are motors, there are Ford Pinto 4-cylinders that are making over 800 horsepower. So let's say I could say 200-300 horsepower. Just
well, yeah, like I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, no, and I'm just saying I'm not calling up Chevy and going, hey, I'd like a crate engine, you know, the 502 Corvette. Hey, yeah, here you go.
If I gave you all the advantages, basically, it's gonna be lighter, have more horsepower, or not more horsepower. It's gonna have a higher power to weight ratio, and it's going to have a turbocharger, which at forced induction is basically a necessary thing during any sort of hill climb, because as you go up in altitude, the air's thinner. You can't.
Which is
Why is this on a hill though?
Because he made it on a hill because he wanted to win. But that's why I added the blower.
Okay, you can add a blower.
Like that's why I was asking what kind of racetrack.
Yo, look, the real thing. Yo, here's what needs to be done with these cars. All right, yo, legitimately, like, yo, you can do wrench work and fucking get these cars up 125, 150 horsepower each.
Of course.
Just off the jump, right? Oh, hang on, wait. What you have to do is, okay, you either A, take the headers off, or B, just yank the motherfucking you pull the goddamn the fucking the exhaust recycler and shit, the EGR valves to fuck off of these, and you eliminate them.
These things didn't have EGR really, not properly.
Well, they do have an EGR valve on them per se, right? It's literally a fucking actuated fucking valve, you know what I mean, running into a fucking smog pump with the fucking smog can on it. All right, and you're gonna eliminate that entire system. And once you eliminate that system, all you're going to have to do is you go up to the end of the beginning of the catalytic converter, and you cut that sumbitch to fuck off the goddamn car. All right, and
there's a lot more do.
Well, no, Pinoid. Yeah, I'm not a mechanic, so I'm actually asking this. I keep hearing about over boring shit, right? It gives it higher horsepower, right? Can't we do that right off the bat?
There is no replacement for displacement, my son. You know what I'm saying? That is what it is. But, you know, I mean, as far as like fucking standing here stroking and boring the goddamn motors and shit, that requires money, like a lot of fucking money. So what you want to do, what you want to do legitimately is you want to yank that motherfucking intake manifold off and put on a high-rise intake manifold, you know what I'm saying, and a 4-barrel fucking Holley carburetor, right, with, you know what I'm saying, fucking jets so big they look like pencils pissing in motherfucking pissing in fucking fuel and shit. And then what you want to do is you want to fucking stand here and like open up the goddamn fucking, you want to take that fucking front goddamn filter and shit. You want to take that filter, turn it into a high flow filter and fucking plug it directly into the fucking front grill and have direct motherfucking air, fucking cold air, possibly even relocating it down below the bottom of the fucking car and fucking have cold air directly blowing into the fucking filter so that you can have the most amount of motherfucking air pumping into your fucking car as possible.
Well,
I know. I just want to see a blower on a 78 fat.
yeah, you can do
and
that.
what's up, AP?
Hey,
What's
Yeah.
how's it going?
Well, there
What
are
I
some
meant.
things.
Yo, we're just bullshit. We're just bullshitting talking about cars. Fucking, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, Mr. LM002 showed up. Or Mr. LM002 showed up on Gaming Stream and wanted to tiz him out about some motherfucking automobiles. So I was like, fuck it. So, yo, nigga, what the fuck's going on with this fucking Scooby and Burnside bullshit?
Oh, we was just laughing, man. Burnside fucking talking. He didn't know he was talking to me, even though I was talking in my regular voice. I just had my fucking white trash teeth out.
Right.
And so I sounded like an old man. He thought I was just some old man. So we started spilling the beans. How about we all going to jail? And his plan for the last 2 years has been to put us all in prison. And he says this is out of his fucking mouth, man. So it ain't something I'm even making up. We just listened to the recording where he says he's gonna put everybody in prison so that him and Scooby can get all the super chats. And
You're shitting me, right?
I'm not even exaggerating that shit. Like, that's what he said the plan was. It was hilarious.
Oh my God, $1 million. A little peaky by his mouth.
Yo, you gotta get the fuck out of here. These niggas can't even gather 1,000 subs if they wanted to.
This nigga's talking about, like, he's like, so, man, if I work this week and I work next week, I don't give a fuck about these guys because I'll have some good money, man. I got good money. I'm going to have like $700 in my pocket. And I'm like, for 2 weeks, nigga?
For 2 weeks, you
You
making
shouldn't be bragging.
700 bones?
Do you know what other people make? You shouldn't be bragging about that, man. You getting fucked, Burnside.
Y'all be upset if I make $700 in 1 week.
A week? Yeah, I would shit.
Tom, you making that decent, buddy. Let's just put it that way.
No, I gotta put a comment in I gotta at least put a comment in every 7 days. Or I can't
Yeah,
fuck with it, man.
real shit. Like, yo, I feel like legit. I don't get out of bed. Like, real. I do not get out of bed for less than $25 an hour. Period. Like, point blank.
Good.
If I know that I can sell weed and make more that you're gonna offer me for a fucking job, then I'm gonna sell that weed. Like, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, if I
Hey, yo,
can. What up?
AAP, I may or may not live in Oregon. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that
Are
nigga.
you
he lives
offering me
in.
marijuana, sir?
No, I would never do that.
No felonies. No
I mean,
felonies
I don't
on
know
stream.
what Oregon
It's not
gotta
a
do
felony. It depends on the amount. We didn't specify an amount.
with it. Exactly.
To add on to what Pinoid said, they're gonna get 1,000 subscribers if they open an OnlyFans. For fuck's sake.
Dude, Dark Star, whatever you cooked earlier looks like doo doo, man.
Yo, he made
I'm homemade
homemade stromboli.
Is that what that is?
Oh,
It looked like doo doo.
Y'all look, man.
damn.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo, it don't look terrible. I've seen worse bolies. You ain't never been to Virginia.
Look, I'm not saying it tastes
I know what
bad,
you're talking about,
but
man.
you know it looks like
Shit.
doo doo, man. You're like, I'm looking at it on this foil right now. It looks like doo doo.
Wait, what?
Wait, what
Where,
the fuck
where's
did
the
you say about
Stromboli at,
Virginia?
though?
Said it
Where's
was
the
doo-doo.
Stromboli at?
Yo, man,
Yeah, he's
legit.
not wrong.
Yo, on seven
He's
on
not wrong.
seven on 700 bones a week. Just the bills that come directly out of my account every week. Every week. I would end up at like fucking $300 afterwards.
Burnside's
I was gonna
whole
say,
month's
Tom,
income
you,
couldn't
I
pay
mean,
my
you got
child
fam
support.
and everything, so your situation is different from mine.
No, not even. Yo, I'd end up with like $200.
Damn, you got some bills for real. Shit, nah.
Yeah.
We grown, nigga.
Yo,
I'm
man, you
grown
rack
too,
up
but
some
damn,
bills.
I ain't got it that.
That's why I'm smoking weed at 1:52 in the morning, man, because I'm grown.
Oh, you too? Nice.
Brute.
Grown up.
Yo, look,
Although I'm still in yesterday to you because it's 11:52. You know, West Coast time.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
you're wrong.
Real fucking
That's
time.
that
Left
PST.
Coast.
yo, look, I feel bad last week that I only made $1,000.
I need.
Like, yo, I feel terrible about that.
You know what you should feel bad about? Burnside, because $1,000 is like a month of his pay, and he brags about that.
Why is he bragging
Oh.
about basic money, bro?
I don't know, man.
Yo, at least he's working though. At least he ain't out here still like fucking protesting for free shit.
No, he's still doing that.
Fair enough.
He's still doing that too. He told us all about that too, man. He told us all about how he got to wear his gas mask because he's afraid of getting pepper sprayed everywhere. He's afraid of Antifa, and how we're all liberals. By the way, he mentioned you, Tom P., leader of the YouTube mafia. You a liberal, by the way. You a leftist.
Wait. Pepper spray. Oh no, as a
hang on.
You don't have to wear a damn gas mask.
AP.
Just don't antagonize.
Hang on a minute. Did I tell you one of my trolls got picked up by the Young Turks?
Nah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I'll let your boy, man.
All right, so I went on this fucking stream with like this dude who has like 50,000 subs, some bullshit, like last month. And I've been running around saying this shit. I said, fucking hand out Corona fucking pillows and blankets to the fucking old folks' homes, right? You know what I'm saying? Get these niggas the fuck out of the way. And all of a sudden, like fucking like 2 weeks ago, the Young Turks put out a goddamn video, right? This says white nationalists are now trying to weaponize the Corona.
I saw that. Yeah.
Y'all are welcome.
You've got to be fucking joking.
Corona. If I catch coronavirus, you better bet your ass. And I don't have it. I'm self-quarantining like a good American. I don't need the government to tell me what to do. All right?
Yeah, it's just being smart.
But hypothetically, if I were to catch that shit, y'all motherfuckers better lock me up in some hospital or something. Take good care of my asses. I'm gonna go straight down to the hood. I'm gonna go straight down to the fucking mosque. I'm going straight to the temple. All my enemies are going down, motherfucker.
Yo,
come kiss me hard,
why
baby.
You gotta go to the places of worship. Like, why?
Fuck that shit.
Yo, I was thinking about it.
Politicians, the ones that really pass all that shit you really love.
Well, because first of all, the motherfuckers shouldn't be gathered in a goddamn church right now anyway.
Nobody's gathering, as far as I know. Everybody's doing like online services and shit.
Well, they should be safe for now.
Yo, I was thinking about this, right? In my brain, I'm sitting here racking my head and shit, right? Because like numbers sometimes go through, right? Legitimately, I paid 2 times the amount of money that Burnside makes a week in taxes last year. Or 2 times what he makes all year round in taxes.
$700 in his pocket.
Well, no, AP. We pretty much murdered Sarah before she died on the Red Eye stream. That didn't get me on. That didn't get me on the list.
No.
Like, do I have to go kick Burnside's puppy? Is that what I need to do?
Yo, look.
Like, I went on the
Kick
list.
puppies. I got the most annoying little shit over here. I'll let you kick her. Just get on my nerves.
Watch out, though. Peter's gonna hit you for some animal abuse bullshit.
No, it'll just be on the Kumite because I didn't actually do it, so somebody's gonna have to lie about it. So Tom saw,
Well, I mean, lying is the American way apparently today.
As long as there's no truth to the shit, that shit gonna be the title of the Kumite tomorrow.
Yo, bro, like, yo.
I'm challenging AP to a fight.
No, you know what the title would be? You know what the title would be? Hold on, I gotta see. Who was that just talking to me just now, man?
Doku.
That was Doku? It would be Doku calls Adonis Paul a puppy abuser. Like something that was technically true. That was
I'm gonna fight you in 2026.
But
Yo, man. He said he's getting fish. I got him now. Fish smells like it's getting dark. Like, nigga, look here. Do you understand? I post up like cooked fucking cats and puppies on Discords where fucking there's a lot of animal lovers just because I like to piss them motherfuckers off.
Wait a minute.
I love animals too, but like you ain't got to be crazy with it.
Well, no, I'm just wondering.
Let me be real with you. I can shit talk my puppy like that because I spoil the fucking shit out of it.
Exactly.
Well, no, I'm sitting here seriously wondering: does Pinoy go fishing, catch the fish, hangs it outside when it starts smelling? He knows it's time for go to bed.
What the fuck?
All right, you know what? Fuck all of you guys. I'm challenging AP to a fight. It's gonna happen in 2037, and it's gonna take place in Wuhan, China.
What, at the old folks home?
37. Bet that. Give me my money.
Well, I mean, I thought you said 26. Damn, you just put 11 more years on that bitch.
Nigga, I ain't gonna live, man.
Damn right I did.
Live much longer. I'm dying.
All right,
You
fine.
want to fight with canes and rapiers.
2034, Wuhan, China.
With Jesus, man, he's trying to get me to come home, man. I'm like, nah, man.
Hey, I got long hair. I look like Jesus. Your fight with Jesus is going down. 2036, Wuhan, China.
He said 2036 Wuhan, China.
That's a Tom bet right there.
Well, how about next week, the old folks' home in Miami, Florida?
Motherfucker, you think I'm
Which
driving to
one,
Florida?
dude?
I know what goes down in Florida. I'm not trying to fight an alligator.
Okay, as one who's originally from South Florida, that is a myth. That's not how this shit works.
I don't care if it's a myth or not. I'm not running the risk. I know. I've seen those alligators.
Don't fight you dumbass, is what I'm saying.
I've seen what happens in swimming pools in Florida.
Hey, yo, Tom.
Yeah, okay,
What
do
up,
you
man?
know why
I
gators
got something
are
for
even
you
there?
and your Not Safe for Work channel, man.
This
Hop
is
into
this
the
is
Not
what,
Safe for Work
okay,
channel.
let me
Yo,
explain
I'll be
why
over there in a
gators are
second. Hang on,
there.
man.
It's because motherfuckers literally built houses. They drained swamps and they built houses right next to the damn swamp. Where the hell is a gator supposed to go?
Not my swimming pool.
Into my stomach.
See,
Well, don't build right next to a damn swamp. It's very simple.
no.
I don't know, man. Gator bites are
agree.
good.
You guys no, I agree. Honestly, like it's my same
Uh,
position with the fucking ocean, especially when you can't see.
Exactly.
No. My position is my father's position. He lives in Coshada, Louisiana. He has a private lake. There used to be gators in it. Remember, I said used to be.
Why are you getting
So
rid
you
of the
guys,
gators
you
when
guys
they were
realize I'm
already
fucking
there?
with you, right? I'm not being serious. I'm just giving you guys
Nah,
shit.
some people believe that shit about Florida. Gators, you rarely ever see gators, honestly. And it's actually,
man,
they're probably damn near endangered by this point.
I don't
No,
care
dude,
about-
I'm
not in
just
Louis-
fucking. I'm fucking with you guys, man. Jesus.
See,
Not in
I'll say this,
Louisiana, they ain't. They're fucking all over the
Well,
place.
Louisiana is straight swamp. They haven't drained that bitch.
Oh no, people that I'm not gonna build a fucking house next to a fucking swamp. Like, hey, I've got a swimming pool. And I've got a brand new house. Oh yeah, by the way, a quarter mile away there's a swamp. Oh my god, there's a gator in my pool. What the fuck do you expect, dumbass?
Exactly. That's my problem. And then they call an animal rescue or shit to have to deal with it. And they're looking at them like, yeah, we'll deal with your gator and we'll release it because you're a fucking like they don't say that, but you can tell it's like you're retarded. Like, why did you move here?
Because people are fucking dumb.
Exactly.
Where do you think where do you think a gator is gonna
always
fucking?
when they have small kids or small dog.
Well,
It's
where do
never
you
like
think a gator
two
is
old
gonna
people
go?
either.
Where do you think a gator is gonna go? You have a pool in a backyard, stagnant water. Do you
Well, it doesn't
realize
know
the
any better.
habitat?
It's like, ooh, a cool place in the hot, damn, humid summertime. Let me chill. That's all it's
we're-
doing. See, it's not crocodiles. Now, crocodiles are savage. Gators are chill.
Oh,
as
crocodiles
fuck.
are dicks. Crocodiles are dicks. Alligators
No,
are
they're-
one
they're
thing.
just-
Crocodiles
they're
are
just fucking
fucking
assholes.
obnoxious.
They're just assholes. Period.
And that's the thing. People don't realize the difference between a fucking freshwater gator and a saltwater crocodile.
Well,
You really
here's-
want to talk about an asshole? Yeah, saltwater
Yo,
crocodiles.
saltwater crocodiles get to be like 20 feet.
Yeah, they're
Some
fucking
have gone from 20
ridiculous.
to 30. Yeah, it gets stupid.
Yo,
Gators
well-
will be at most about 8 to 10. A lot
Oh,
of
no,
crocs will get
what's-
around 15.
Yo,
They're
what
light
Victor
largest
Rand, yo,
yard
Victor,
green.
hang on, man. Victor Rand said fences are a thing. All right, but you gotta understand it, okay? Like, yo, look,
It's not
When-
keeping out the gators and the crocs, dude.
Yo,
Trust me, that
anything
fence
about
is not gonna
gators,
stop
dude.
yo,
shit.
look, when you're talking about like a 600-pound, yo, look, would you ever trust a fence to hold a buffalo? Right? Like, yo, like,
I literally have a meme meant for this. I will find it and post it in the general.
Okay, well,
Let me
hey, I was down in central Louisiana about a little over 2 weeks ago, probably like 3 weeks. I didn't see any gators, but I did see a shit ton of moccasins. All right,
Yeah.
That's what I'm more worried about.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a ton of gators down there, but it's those snakes that are gonna get you.
Oh yeah, the snakes are horrible. Let me explain why the fence will do absolutely nothing. Number one, the ground is not always the best for fencing. Two, they can literally crawl, like they can go under it, destroy it, go over it. Like gators are strong, they're fast, they're powerful.
Well, haven't
They
you
can
heard
run at a
of the?
burst up to around like 30 to 40 miles an hour at a burst.
Well,
Check
Dip,
the motherfucking
you would
general.
know this. Dip, you would know this. The Gators, they go into that death roll. You're fucked at that point.
Oh yeah.
They could wipe a fence out with that death roll.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, did you ever
Like,
see
or
that
they could
video
just
of the-
chomp right through it. Like we don't even
Yeah.
need to do all that. They just chomp
Yo,
right through it.
or-
and it's
or-
over.
No,
Or they could just like literally run into it and knock the goddamn fence the fuck down.
Well,
Pretty much,
well,
you better have
they
like
don't
some
even-
strong ass wooden fence. Because if it's a chain link, that shit ain't. That's
Yeah.
not going.
Well,
Like,
that's the
in
thing that
motherfucking
Gators.
general before you say one more fucking world right there. Secondly, fucking. Did you ever see that video of the damn gator where they're feeding the fucking gators chicken, and one fucking goes to grab the chicken, grabs the gator's arm and does the fucking death roll and just rips it right the fuck off, and the alligator
Yeah,
just
it's just
doesn't act
instinct.
like anything. Yeah,
Well,
although the
that's the
alligator
thing, you
doesn't
don't even-
fucking react. Like, oh,
You
ripped
don't
off
even
my
need to.
arm.
You don't even need to worry about that, dude, because if you have a fucking fence, you know what the gator does? It just pushes its weight into it.
yeah,
and
pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Yo,
well, like,
I gotta
give a
say,
shit.
I gotta say hello to motherfucking Evil Dead Ed and RT and R&TM. Yo, welcome, my brothers. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Nice to see you out here in the church of Jesus Christ is not a bitch made nigga. You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, no, and
Literally
Pinoid.
in the general, right now.
Yeah, no, I see it, LM, dude. But the thing is, you guys are forgetting. I think these are fucking dinosaurs. A fence isn't gonna stop this fucker.
Oh, that's
you're not
the
wrong.
thing. It's a fucking gator, dude. Even on the small end, they get to be about 300 pounds on the small end. Even if they're just leaning against the fucking fence, the ground itself is so malleable. Nah, they just kind of lean against the fence and just.
And then we're not even talking about the babies that can just slip through your shit. Like the babies are small as fuck.
Yo,
So-
and-
No, yeah, the
And then
gator
on-
itself is just gonna be like,
Yo,
oh wait,
how about
I can
how
go
about
through
this? How about
fence?
this? Yo, how about this? How about
Fuck the
like
fence.
how about like pythons and anacondas that are fucking running around in goddamn Florida that people release?
See,
Because they were let free. They don't even belong there. They're not native to there, but motherfuckers, oh, these are cute. Oh, we can't control it, so we're just gonna let it out into the wildness where it destroy the native ecosystem.
Like y'all motherfuckers worried about gators. Like nigga, they got like fucking like 10-foot long pythons that'll literally just
actually,
wrap your ass up.
Once a python,
No,
once any of the constrictors get to like 30 feet, they're scary. But as long as you like don't get wrapped around, they're some of the chillest animals ever. Seriously.
no, I'm not worried about those big guys. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
when I was down there, I was at my dad's. We were catfishing, right? Down at the private fucking pond. It's pretty much a lake. It was pretty big. And it was badass. I'm drinking some beer, chilling. My nephew walks over to the bank, and then he jumps back real quick, like he's done it a million times before. Oh, shit, there's a moccasin. And there it goes, right off into the water. Like, that's what I'm worried about. We didn't hear
Those
shit.
are the ones to be concerned about.
See,
The big constrictors, unless you're stupid, they're like bears or like any big creature, like humans. Like they're not gonna mess with you. Like
See,
they're
I would
not
take-
easy to put in their mouths. The
Yeah.
same thing with gators. Unless they're extremely hungry, they're not gonna mess with
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would take a python over a gator over a moccasin. And with those fucking moccasins, the worst thing is when they're in the fucking water. Okay, because when they're in the water, like I've seen, there's one guy following a fucking firearms blog called the Firearms Blog. Really good. It's about they don't do politics shit. They just do firearms. So it's really good for newbies and shit. Anywho, they're in a fucking little like John boat. And water moccasin comes up, swimming their way. They go shoot it with a 410, don't do fuck all. Try to shoot it with a fucking 20 gauge, don't do fuck all. And the 12 gauge had to do something to finally knock that fucker out the water. Like that. I ain't fucking with no moccasins, man. If I am fucking with it, it's a fucking 12 gauge loaded with birdshot, and I want preferably 2 barrels, 2 triggers, 2 hammers, so I could drop both barrels at the fucking same time and obliterate anything on this fucking continent.
Well, no, and that's the thing. That's the thing, man. I grew up in Southern California from the time I thought too. I guess 6 months. I found that out when I went to Louisiana. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, but I grew up there till I was like 9 years old. I lived out in Apple Valley in San Bernardino and shit. So, okay, I learned about rattlesnakes. I know how to deal with a rattlesnake. I know what a rattlesnake fucking sounds like. But this moccasin is a fucking rattlesnake without the rattle.
Yeah.
Fuck this motherfucker.
That's just like a fucking copperhead. Same type of shit, dude.
Yep.
And
Dude, why do you think I fucking avoid going anywhere near the fucking Potomac? Because if it's not a fucking copperhead. the fucking snakeheads.
Yo, they're bad down there too. Like copperheads are fucking terrible down the Potomac. Like yo, I live upstream from like okay, down by fuck, what is that, Elkton? Fucking Elkton, Maryland and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Fucking Doku.
Oh yeah, no, they have a fucking problem with the fucking copperheads
like,
around there. They also have
do you
a
know
problem with
do you
the
know the
fucking
river? Do you know that giant river right there before you get up to the fucking before you get up to fucking the turnpike, or before you get up to the toll booths?
Yeah, and it feeds right into the fucking Chesapeake.
That's my river that runs through my backyard.
Yeah, fuck that. No, like, no, bro. The Algonquian is bad enough with the fucking snakeheads and the fucking copperheads as it is. I'm not going anywhere near the fucking Potomac. Like, you guys would be fucking terrified about some of the shit that comes out of the fucking Potomac.
And then on top of that,
snakeheads, man.
And then on top of that, well, them it's fish that can live on land. Fuck them, right? Like they in the middle of motherfucking evolving. Next thing you know, them niggas be flying around biting niggas and shit. I don't know if you ever saw their teeth. They is fucking scary as fuck looking, right? But on top of that, like yo, we got fucking we have what the fuck is it? Fucking the mountain rattlers and shit. The timber rattlers. There we go. We got timber rattlers out here too.
Oh, you got the tree snakes?
Yup.
Yeah, that shit's fucked, man. That shit's fucked.
You know what? I don't understand how you do anything in your basic life without a 12 gauge, okay? Like, that's,
just avoid certain areas and you're good.
Yo.
The thing is, in Algonquian, or around Algonquian, which is the river that feeds into the Potomac, they have to pay us $200 per fucking head just to fish snakeheads and kill the damn bastards. And I actually decided this might be a good idea.
RNTM, they have raccoons apparently out there. See, we got all types of like terrible ass creatures here. We got fucking copperheads, we got water moccasins, we got timber rattlers, motherfucking we got catfish that'll knock you out of your goddamn kayak and shit.
Do y'all deal with centipedes y'all way?
We don't have centipedes, but we do have what's known as
that's where I'm from.
Do you know what helgamites are?
No, I don't.
Yeah, hang on, man. I'm gonna send you a picture of a motherfucking helgamite just so you understand what a helgamite is.
Well,
right.
While you do that, I was looking at your chat, man. I don't remember the name of the person because it was a couple minutes ago I read it, but they said the exact same thing my dad told me, because I was like, I got my boots, and they're steel-toed, so I wore those through the swamp down to the lake. That was good. But really, rubber waders is the way to go for like my kids when I take them down there, in case they run into a snake, because they ain't gonna bite through that rubber. And that's pretty much what the chat was saying.
My question is very, very simple from a historic standpoint, and maybe this is just the black man in me speaking. But why the fuck were people moving into the swamp back in the 19th century? That would have been the last, unless I needed to be there. That's the last place I'm moving. I don't know what the fuck's in that water. If I can't see through the water, I ain't dealing with that shit.
Swamp didn't have no engines.
Swamp I think
didn't have no fucking engines. We fucking knocked them the fuck out of there, and they ain't coming for your shit.
No.
West, it's kind of like a 50-50 shot.
That's not what it was, man. You know what it was? Louisiana Territory. It was ran by the French, and the French love frogs.
Louisiana Territory is massive.
Yeah, it is massive, but New Orleans was the main city, and the French, they love frog legs. Where do you get the frog legs? You get them right there outside New Orleans. That's why they built it there. I'm telling you.
I get the Delta City. What I'm saying is, you got folks that for generation after generation, I'm not hating on them. It's like desert people. Like, I give y'all mad respect but for me, hell no. Made no damn sense. It's like the people who like, let me just see the plains where there are no trees, no rivers, nothing. Oh, this sounds like a great place to homestead. To me, that makes no sense. If I was just to do that, I don't get it.
All right, fucking dip, check the motherfucking war room, nigga.
Yeah, that's a mean looking son of a bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, those are. Yep.
Yeah, I have to one up you though, Pinoid. I can't count how many fucking fire ant nests were on my dad's property, and they're everywhere. Those fire ants will get you.
Yo, those creatures that I put up on screen are fucking 7 inches long.
See,
Yep.
Oh my god! I was standing on the deck, right? My first night there, and I was smoking a cigarette, and there's these giant ass fucking bees coming at me. These things are like fucking 5 inches long and shit. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Like, I hate bees, really. Like, and I live in Oregon, so the bees aren't that big. I'm freaking out, and they're laughing at me. I'm like, fuck you people. What's wrong with you?
These aren't usually that bad. They're not usually that bad.
Yo, do y'all have mayfly problems like that by chance?
Fucking no, I don't. But I was at a place where they do. Fuck those things.
Oh, June bugs? They were all over my dad's fucking porch. I walked out and looked like an infestation. I was like, what the fuck? Turn the porch light off. These June bugs are fucked. He's like, I like my June bugs. I'm like, yeah, you like all 10,000 of them? Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. I don't get Cajun folks sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. They a special breed, bro. They gotta be.
I'm saying, man. Flamethrower. Sometimes you literally have to fight fire with fire. Fight fire ants with flamethrowers because fuck any like the shotguns for the snakes and everything else, man. Flamethrowers for all the
No, you don't need you don't need a flamethrower. All you need is just water.
Flamethrower.
Actually,
no, just water. Just drown them out. I had to kill many creatures in my life. Just drown them.
Well, no, I actually asked. I was like, "What the fuck's with all the fire ant nests? Like, we can't handle this." And my sister was like,
them Eastern European hornets are not a fucking joke, dude.
Dude,
oh yeah,
I told you
exactly what I've been thinking of.
Hey, no, Evil Dead Ed, dude, the bees were almost that big, not quite, but holy shit, they were insane.
That is the larval form of that big nigga with the wings.
Those remind me of them Japanese. Man, I never want to encounter one of them bitches. You ever seen a documentary on them Japanese hornets?
Oh, the Asian giant hornet.
Those things are like
those are the European
gods killers.
No, they will actually literally kill you.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. You gonna fucking drown those motherfuckers when they're flying at you? No, you're gonna take a flamethrower and incinerate them.
I wasn't talking about hornets. Hornets are a different breed altogether. You're at war with those. And no. You think a flamethrower is killing them bitches? No, listen. Some of these insects have literally mutated to the point where they are soldiers. It's like some mosquitoes. You have to hit them bitches like 5-10 times to kill them. They are crazy now.
If it's good enough for Japs,
you don't
enough for bugs.
a lot of people don't realize.
Do you see the fucking Helgamite I put in the goddamn fucking chat right here?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
No.
Do you see how big this fucking animal is?
Exactly.
That is the baby of the big nigga. That's a baby. That's the larva.
They're your version of centipedes, bro.
Yo, they're not even centipedes.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're your version of centipedes.
Yo, here's the real bitch.
That'd be scary, bro.
Yo, here's the real bitch. They legitimately fucking breathe underwater.
Good God.
Yo, yeah, real shit. Like, yo, you find them underneath the rocks on the islands in the river.
So you want to drown them now, Boyo? You want to try
they're related.
thing? Why don't you hold it down with your hand as you try to drown it?
Well, no, we were talking about
I was talking about fire ants, bro. I wasn't talking about these mutated creatures.
Well, no,
what Pinoid is talking about, that creature is actually related to the North American desert centipede, except it does breed underwater.
Like it evolved. It's like
in the water.
We're not down today.
Well, no, here's the thing though with fire ants, man. Yeah, you can drown them, I guess, but the problem with them is they're not big, but they swarm you. And
I know.
And I guess my sister was saying there's these little fucking. It looks like the shit that you put on your fucking carpet before you vacuum. Little crystal shit that you put on the nest.
Pesticide. It's insecticide.
Yeah, but the problem is all it does is force them down in the nest and they pop out somewhere else in your yard. We gotta have a better idea here.
All right,
and
you know how I
also-
learned about fire ants? I remember I think my grandma. I was young as fuck, so my grandma was down, and I was outside. What I didn't realize is my foot was in a fire ant nest. I get into the house.
Yo,
That shit had bitten me.
RNTM, if you want to see this stuff, we're putting in the Discord, because like legit, my OBS will like it'll fucking suicide my computer. In the fucking description, there's a link for the Discord. You can click it and fucking come in the Discord, and you can see all the stuff that's going on. Yo, that is not an Aussie huntsman. That lives in my backyard. It's known as a fishing spider. Welcome to Pennsylvania, nigga. Like, legit, yo, we have some fucking terrible creatures.
Yeah, well, no, I found there are terrible stuff anywhere.
Yeah, everywhere you go. Everywhere you go.
Well, everywhere you go, it's like natural disasters, pretty much.
Well, no, Dip, you want a mountain lion living in your backyard? Because I named him Tim Pool. He's been living there for about a year and a half.
I'll take that over a bear.
Yeah, well.
Oh, the bear. The bear's across the street.
Bears are cool, but I don't want them living in my backyard. No. They're gonna try to eat all your shit for one.
I will take,
and they're gonna get territorial for two.
Yo, fuck camel spiders, nigga.
I will take every mammal on the fucking planet over creepy crawlies. Because creepy crawlies swarm the fuck out you or appear when you least expect them. A grizzly bear is gonna make some.
No. There's no polar bear game.
Look here. Look. I put my son down. My son was I took him fishing. My baby when he was like 4. Yesterday was his birthday and shit. He's 12 now, right? When he was like 3 or 4 years old, 5, some shit. I don't know. He was over. We were fishing, and he found like a dead rat or a mouse like laying in the fucking thing. So he decided to poke it with a stick, and then he decided to turn the stick around and grab the end that he was poking it with to poke it with the other end, and so he got like rat blood all over his hands. So I had to like fucking I feel you. So I took him and I like dipped him down in the creek, but like there was like a edge, you know what I'm saying, to the water. It was only like maybe like 1.5 foot, something, nothing real serious. Enough I can grab his leg because he was little. I grabbed his leg and I dipped him down so he could rinse his hands off and shit. And as I pull him back up, I swear to Christ, the entire crown of his head was covered with one of these fishing spiders.
You have to kill your kid. You have to light up fire.
Legit. My son looked at me with immense terror as I literally swung at the top of his fucking head and hit this thing. And I'm gonna tell you like this.
Done that to me.
Yo, when I hit this spider, it did not feel like I was hitting an insect. It was soft and squishy like a mouse.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't have that hard exoskeleton. Man, we gonna end up with some. Either they're gonna weaponize these bitches, or we gonna end up with some Planet of the Apes type insectoids. You know, like some of the old school sci-fi films where you get these insects that just mutate to the point of what the fuck. That's what we're gonna end up with eventually.
Well, no. Okay, so I get it that the big spiders are scary as fuck. I agree, but I'm on the West Coast. You know what I'm worried about? Black widows and brown recluses.
Yeah. We have those too.
Yeah, they're all over. They're pretty much across the United
States.
I
almost lost my arm to a brown recluse bite.
Yep.
Okay, let me put it this way. Black widows usually not that bad for adults. Like unless you're really fucked, like what do you call it? Immunocompromised. Black widows ain't gonna fuck you up. It's gonna hurt like a bitch if it bites you, but if you're a healthy adult, no problem. Brown recluse, on the other hand, I don't fuck with that shit. That being said, as I said, I'd take all the mammals over that shit. If I'm having to deal with fucking polar bears, I'm gonna make some shit straight out of Metro 2043, fucking duplet or the 5-barrel bicycle fucking shotgun. And I'm just
bro, you are dead. Stop it. You know you are dead.
No.
They're fast, powerful, and savage. You're dead.
Yeah, a 12-gauge shotgun will stop anything on this continent, provided you could dump enough fucking lead into it.
That's the problem.
See, two fucking slugs out of a double-barrel fucking coach gun, both triggers pulled at the same time.
Do you look in the chat? Look in the fucking chat. Okay, that is 1,300 pounds of animal.
Yeah, dude, you don't realize how fast fucking bears are.
And that's what, a black or a grizzly?
That's a
'Cause
black. That's a
not even
black bear.
polar bear. Polar
That's,
bear.
yo, that's a bullshit little black bear compared to a fucking like that's nothing compared to a grizzly.
Yeah, but you see a fucking 12 gauge slug? That's a .729 inch fucking hunk of lead coming at that ass. And if it's hard enough,
right, and it's gonna survive it, and it's gonna rip your shit apart.
It depends, man. Shit depends on where you hit it.
Listen, bro, listen. That's all great and dandy. Everybody can say this. Your ass better be some Green Beret sniping level, because I'm not taking my chances. I've seen footage where people are like, oh, I could just fire a gun. No, they're too powerful, bro.
This is a 12 gauge shotgun, and this is at close range. I ain't talking about like, oh, see that bear like a fucking quarter mile away? I'm gonna shoot it in the ass because I can, and this is America. No, you don't fucking do that shit. You do it when it's coming to eat your fucking asshole through your dick, okay?
Eat your asshole?
Yeah, it's gonna eat to your asshole through your dick hole, okay? It's gonna fucking rip you from dick to asshole. That's when you shoot it with a fucking shotgun. You don't just shoot it with a shotgun when it just sit the fuck out there.
What you need to do, if it's really like that, you might as well just get some kind of submachine gun or a fucking heavy machine gun. Fuck it then. Like, if that's what we really doing out here.
No. You fucking in with a shotgun and you got your little concealed carry fucking pocket pistol, so if that shit don't work, you can blow your fucking brains out before it comes to rip your dick off.
No, like I said.
Your asshole. Fuck that shit.
Go old school with the BAR. You might as well just, if you're gonna go out, you might as well go out with the high power shit.
A BAR, yeah. Submachine gun, no. BAR, yeah, that can do some fucking damage.
Well, you trying to wait. You trying to tell me that not at enough distance, a submachine gun ain't at least gonna stop it? You ain't gotta kill it, you just gotta stop it.
No, it's gonna piss it off. It will continue to charge you.
No, you need mass and you need a lot of it. So like a goddamn what kind
of ammo are you firing?
If you're using a submachine gun,
pistol rounds, man. That's what you're shooting.
Yeah, if you're using a submachine gun, it's usually something around the same caliber as a 9mm. If you're going up against even a standard size black bear, you're gonna want, if you really want to stop it and you want one shot, at least use a 30-06. If you really want to stop that bastard, if you really want to stop him, use a 444 Marlin. That'll kill him.
Sniper rounds.
12
use
gauge.
a 444 Marlin.
12 gauge.
That'll stop
12
him.
gauge with the slug.
12 gauge with a I say 12 gauge is the go-to because it depends on what you're running, man. You run 2 fucking slugs in that bitch. I prefer double barrel 2 triggers because you could dump both fucking barrels at the same time and that will kill anything on North America. Guaranteed.
You're pretty much saying you elephant hunting at this point.
No.
What you saying?
You see a fucking elephant gun? That'll do some fucking damage.
Yo, look,
okay?
we're not even
We're going back to
elephants.
some Teddy Roosevelt shit.
And if you look at an elephant gun, it has the biggest fucking bullets they can put in that bitch and 2 fucking triggers, so you can fucking put that shit down if it takes the first shot. Okay.
I mean, that's the purpose. I know. I don't see why not.
I mean, if it can kill an elephant, it can kill a grizzly or a Kodiak.
Yeah, this is the reason I'm saying, if you're talking 12 gauge, yeah, it'll stop them. But nah, dude, I'm not even running the risk. Give me a 30-06 or a 308, but I prefer a 444 Marlin. That's a legitimate elephant gun.
See, I would go with probably a 45-7. Like, if I had to go with not a shotgun, I'd probably go with a 45-70 lever gun. Something like a fucking... And I'm just going to keep going and going, or a double rifle for that matter, with 2 triggers if possible, because those do exist. They're rare, but they do exist.
Yeah, look.
Dude, look up a 444 Marlin shell. That's very close to being 50 cal.
Yeah, look. There is.
You get one shot. You got one shot before your ass is fucked.
When it comes to bullets, there's no replacement for displacement. All right, it just horsepower fucking matters. All right, a 12 gauge slug will take the top half of a human being to fuck off. All right.
No, it's fucking. I would say with bullets, it's like there's no displacement for weight, basically. Weight and just mass.
Yo, there's no replacement for displacement. Real shit.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
No. That's the thing. Is like, So with smaller caliber bullets, you can have them going super fast, and they can have a lot of penetrating power. But that being said, it's something about the sheer mass to something. If you hit a
Well, it's
grizzly
Newton's
or
second law of
a
motion.
polar bear, no, if you hit a grizzly or a polar bear with 2 fucking 12-gauge slugs, like the heaviest motherfuckers you can put in that bitch, okay, first thing, you might have a broken collarbone. Secondly, that bear's gonna feel like it got fucking slugged by the biggest fucking bear it has ever seen in its entire life. If it survives, if that does not scare it, plus the extremely loud fucking noise, you're fucked anywho. There ain't no gun on this fucking planet that would have stopped it with fucking 1 trigger pull. Or
Barrett,
cows.
a Barrett, or a 308 Lapua.
Barrett
Dude, this
would
is
do
why
some
I'm
damage
telling you
immediately.
guys, go. If you do not believe me, don't take my word for it. Look up what a 444 Marlin will do to ballistic gel, because it's
mean,
gonna
if
make
we're
a
doing
308
this, why
look
not-
like child's play.
why
A
not just stick
444
cal
Marlin
rounds if
is
that's what we're
close to being a 50 cal Barrett rifle round. That
Look at
shit will
what 2
put down a
12-gauge
fucking
shells
Kodiak.
Will do. No, look at what 2 12-gauge fucking slugs will do to ballistics gel when they hit at the exact same time.
There won't. No. Yo, even if you hit one after the other, there won't be much ballistic gel left over.
Yeah, no, it's gonna fucking fling that ballistics gel 20 feet in the fucking air, and it's gonna look like it got fucking raped by an elephant. Okay, are you shitting me?
Yo, that's not a
If we're
joke.
doing it like this, might as well just be Gatling gun rounds.
Yo,
Or even Gatling gun rounds are small caliber, high velocity but small caliber.
Well, it depends on the Gatling gun, but
Yeah, some of the old Gatling guns.
Well, we're not talking a GAU-8 Avenger, dude. We're not talking 30 millimeter rounds.
Hey, I mean, if we're just gonna do this, might as well go big. Shit.
No. I'm saying if you go to older fucking Gatling guns, they make reproductions now that are in the same caliber 4570, but they're built to handle more than black powder loads. 4570, it can do some fucking damage. It is like the go-to. Like if you're talking like fucking big game, guide gun round, 4570 is it, man. They've been making it for fucking years. It's black powder, then they made it smokeless powder. It's a 45 fucking slug. It's like what? They're probably over 400 grains. It does some fucking damage.
That's the reason I actually say I like the 444 Marlin, is because it's a higher grain, but it's a rifled round, but it's essentially the same caliber. That thing will put down a fucking Kodiak. It's an elephant gun. It literally is.
My go-to for a long gun, if I'm going for a caliber.
Yo.
Yeah, what happened? I thought that was on my end.
I don't know, man. Like all of a sudden, like shit just straight went quiet and shit. Like I was like, the fuck happened?
Okay, I thought that was just me.
Like this nigga
No, I thought that was just me. No, if I'm going deer hunting, yeah, I'm using a 308. If I'm going moose hunting, I'm probably using a 30-06. If I need to shoot an elephant or a fucking Kodiak, I'm going with a 444 Marlin. Anything above that, I don't know, dude. Give me a fucking Smith & Wesson M500.
Yo, here's the question though, man. Yo, what happens when you got to take down a mammoth that's the size of a mountain?
Give me 2 Smith & Wesson M500.
Yo, Eric, come off mute.
Yo,
what happens? You got to take off that mammoth right
there. This man been solid for a long ass minute.
Yo, Eric. Yo, what do you do with that mammoth right there, buddy?
Hold on.
Yo, this nigga done left. He's over here on Facebook talking to bitches and shit. I feel where you are. Get your hand in your business.
Hey.
Oh,
the bird eating spider. I just checked it out. Those things are those things are like.
That'll save you from one of those is a mud flood.
Shit, what I miss?
Yo, you missed us. We were talking about we was talking about the motherfucking mammoth, right? That You know what I'm saying? That got buried by the mud flood and shit. What you would have to do if you had to take on a mammoth that was the size of a mountain. Like, yo,
Oh yeah, if you had to take on a mammoth, I think you're just fucked. Like how our ancestors used to do it was basically scare it into a fucking death pit. Like
Yeah.
literally it. Like,
just run it off a cliff.
Well,
I mean,
trap it, and if you're smart about it, this is another
you
way.
run it off a
is
cliff. Make it kill itself.
Yeah, that's the best strategy. But another way is to
Literally,
isolate it from
was gravity. They used to
isolate it from the tribe, and whether you could set a trap or
I mean, you could. You know what you could do? You could get you an AA-12, right? Because that's the answer to all of life's problems when it really comes down to it.
AA-12, serious fucking piece. Personally, I'd rather have a fucking RPG because you're getting one fucking shot before that thing shoves a horn up your ass.
It's a fully automatic, yo. It's fully auto, right? It's fully auto. Just hold the trigger.
Oh yeah.
It's coming at you. You know what I mean? Just.
Well, actually, no, not RPG, because that shit would it probably wouldn't go off on us.
Dude, an
AA-12
has no recoil whatsoever.
Yeah,
That's a fucking life hack.
I don't know, man. Pinoid, on this one, if you're telling me we're going after a fucking mammoth, pull what fucking Rommel did and use one of those anti-aircraft guns that's 30 millimeter and just give me a solid slug, 30 millimeters. Okay, you're running at me. Boom, right in the fucking forehead.
Boom, right in the kisser.
Bye. Boom, right in the kisser. 30 millimeter shell right in your fucking skull.
They didn't make man portable 30 millimeters, man. But like, if you're going fucking man portable, I think AA-12 is the only solution. I mean, you know what's really cool about that fucking thing, man, is that the outside body is just plastic, and so they have.
You have to remember, man. Yo, the answer to 1984 is AA-12. All right, and 33 minus and 33 minus 13 is motherfucking 33.
I mean, if we're doing this, you might as well do tank rounds too.
No. You could put.
I mean, that's what we're doing out here. Shit.
Actually, you know what? Fuck your mammoth. I'm gonna see your mammoth, and I'm gonna raise you a larger mammoth.
I'll raise you a.
I'm gonna train that bitch.
I'm gonna raise you a kraken. Shit.
Yo, look, man. All right, don't you stand here and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? The crazy shit that Max Maria believes. All right.
Wait, what did he say this time?
Yo, that mammoth, right? He said that mountain right there was a mammoth, right? And that
does that even work?
Yo, look, man, look, real shit. Okay,
like, has he read the Bible?
Yeah, he believes that the Bible says that there was a mud flood.
A mud flood? Where does he
that could be just a euphemism for Somalians, which has happened.
I don't know. Like, he says that, like, you know what I mean? Like, these are all giant Titan dildos and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are no Titans in the Bible. That is Greek mythology. I know it very well.
Wait, hold on. I have to ask a question. Titan dildo?
Yeah, man.
I'm
curious. Every time you go past, like, you know what I mean, a mountain, that's a dead Titan. You know what I mean? And its penis is sticking up in the air or some shit.
So it's pretty much Attack on Titan, the walls.
This man tried to convince me one time that the United States is a dead dragon.
Apparently, this is the first time I've heard the dead dragon, but the Titans, this is arguably the first time I've ever heard that. I mean, that's that. How does Max?
This is some deep lore.
That?
Yo, look here, man. Look here. This explains everything. All right, I took these screenshots from a YouTube video that I was watching. Right, hang on a sec. It's uploading. It's uploading from my phone right now. See, I took these here from, you know what I'm saying, fucking YouTube video that he sent me to. See these fucking geocrystal rocks right here, right? These. Yeah, man, these are those quartz rocks, right? See those quartz rocks right there? Right? Okay, well, those quartz rocks right there are ancient Titan organs, all right? Those are ancient Titan hearts. That's why, like, they're purple and red and shit in the inside. Because that's crystallized Titan blood and DNA and shit.
Oh, I'm gonna head out. I got 2 grilled cheese I just made, so I'll be right back whenever I finish these fuckers.
So time out. Eric, Max is against psychedelics, right?
Yeah, Max has become psychedelic.
That's what I'm about to say. But he's saying this crazy shit. I I've used acid. You don't come up with this shit off of psychedelics. What the fuck is he on? That's some meth level shit. That's some straight angel dust.
Yeah, look, all right. You see these guys over here. They're in here harvesting Titan organs and shit. All right.
Titan organs now.
Yeah, they're
First
inside.
flat earthers now. This.
Yeah, look. See, this is there's a picture down here. It's a comparison of a Titan skull, of a mammoth skull versus a mountain, right? And it completely matches, as you notice. Right, so what they did was they climbed inside of a cave in that mountain, right? And they started like looking at rocks and pulling them out with the paintbrushes that they bought at Home Depot and whatchamacallit, Michael's Arts and Crafts and shit, right?
Tom, why does your voice almost sound identical to Alex Jones, by the way? I always, like, Eric had me listen to some of it. Like, his is on that deeper, especially when you do his impersonation. Why does yours sound like a young Alex Jones?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you.
Frog's gay.
All right, turning the goddamn frog's gay. All right, that's just a fact of life, folks. I got the documentation right here. All right, look, I'm gonna tell you.
76 will commence again.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, let me explain how this works. All right, what you do is, according to the scientific method as an ongoing process, what you do is you make observations. All right, then you think of interesting questions, then you formulate a hypothesis. All right, folks, and then you go and develop the testable predictions, gather data to test predictions, refine, alter, expand, or reject hypotheses, or you develop general theories, and then you make more observations. All right, folks, it's all right here in the documentation, folks. So that's the situation. Okay, you know.
Hey, Alex. How does that help us get rid of the roads?
Well, what's going to happen is we're going to end up having to tear the roads up because you got to dig up the ancient dead titans to be able to understand what our real history was, okay? Because it's being hidden right in front of your eyes. Every time you look at a mountain, that's a dead titan, all right? It's one of your ancestors that, he had kids with one of, the fallen ancients. He was a Nephilim, all right? These Nephilim were like 45 feet tall. You ever notice he had that giant fucking tree boot in the middle of the country? All right, that giant rock right there was a tree, all right? It's a tree of life. It used to reach the whole way to the rings of Saturn, all right? And it literally tickled the rings of Saturn like my girlfriend sometimes tickles my balls. Okay, that's what the situation is. I have the documentation right here. Okay.
Wait a minute, Alex. Is that why you got divorced?
No, I got divorced, all right, because my wife, she had a problem where she didn't like to lick my butthole every night, and I had to find a female that was willing to do so. All right, that's my own thing. All right, she was not okay, with the super male vitality that I was taking. It was making me too much of a man. She couldn't keep up with my sexual habits. All right, that's what it is.
Yeah, but Alex, know that female you found is Riley Dennis.
Wait, who?
Oh no!
Oh no! Wait!
Hey, look! All right, look! Hey, look! It takes a man sometimes to know how to lick another man's butthole. It's a fact of life. All right, you just gotta run with it. Look, sometimes I'm kind of retarded, so just gotta accept that fact. Okay.
Well, I have one final question, Alex.
Sure. What's up?
Does the Adam's apple tickle your balls?
Well, look, man, I want to know why is it that you're so interested in my sex life? And is there a problem inside of yours, sir? All right, do you have an issue inside of your sex life? Do you need me to come over there with the super male vitality and show your wife what a real man is?
No, actually, I have a tape recorder on me, and your wife sent me here for the deposition. So have a nice day in court, Alex.
Oh, God damn it.
That's called
trap me again.
That's a trap.
Are you an interdimensional space demon, sir? Are you one of these reptilians that's hiding in plain sight?
The interdimensional aliens and that shit.
Demons like Hillary Clinton with spirit cooking children behind abandoned Target buildings. And
Are you telling me?
Shit is wild.
Are you telling me that
I got enough DMT from my sleep?
Shifting overlords that are spirit cooking children behind Walmarts? You believe that?
Oh my God!
Are you telling me they're not turning the fucking frogs gay?
No, actually,
are you blind?
No. You know what? We can make fun of Alex all we want because that was actually pretty funny. That was good. You should clip that out as a little skit. I like that.
What?
I'll steal it for the Red Eye. The Alex Jones skit. That was great. But no, when it comes to that spirit cooking shit, that shit is creepy as fuck. Even Glenn Beck and fucking O'Reilly were talking about this shit. Spirit
cooking is weird. Have you ever been spirit cooked?
I'm gonna tell you what, folks. All right, I'm pretty sure that Glenn Beck and Dennis O'Reilly, he already knows what the situation is. All right, Bill O'Reilly, who right now is doing a podcast inside of his basement with a white T-shirt on with mustard stains, is out here spirit cooking children with Glenn Beck right now. All right, they got the kids out here writing words up on top of the chalkboard while they spirit cook their bungholes. All right, I got the documentation right here. Everybody understands the situation.
Hey, everybody is live streaming from their basement right now. We're in lockdown there, Alex.
Hey, look here. He was already in his basement, all right? And currently
that is kind of true though. That is kind of true.
Yo, who's that fucking dude? And I'll tell you what, Keith Olbermann, he's trying to live stream from his basement, but he can't fucking pay his cable bill, so he doesn't have any internet.
Doesn't have any Ethernet.
You know, on a separate note, what do you think about these late night hosts, right? And like, you got fucking Colbert filming from his fucking bathtub like a loser in a suit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Do some coke and be like Charlie Sheen at least. You know, maybe you'd be funny.
I'd pay anything to see Jon Stewart do a live stream from, film from his farm. Well, he's out here milking cows. I think that would be one of the best, most wholesome shows I ever saw. But as far as Colbert's concerned, you have to remember, Colbert's a Canadian, so he's not even really an American, all right? That guy there needs to get his super male vitality, get him one of them life straws, and come over here and learn how to be a real man from an actual American down here in Texas. That's why he has these leftist views. Remember, Canadians are basically communists, all right? Communists aren't really people. Hitler said this. Hitler, literally had a list of people, and communists were on the very bottom, okay? Even below Somalis when it comes down to it. So you just have to remember.
Wait, do you like yell Wolverines right after you say your nightly prayers?
No, I yell Wolverines after I come on your wife's face, all right?
Good Lord.
I'm gonna let that one slide, Pinoid. Fuck you, though. All right.
Every time I hear the national anthem, my penis are fully erect. All right, and then I have to stick American cheeseburger on it with a little American flag and do my salute to our nation.
Well, no, I'm gonna run up and throw some French fries on you, and you're gonna go fucking limp as a limp biscuit.
You mean freedom fries, sir? That's what I think you're trying to say at the moment.
Somebody would totally make that product.
Fucking cry.
No, in all seriousness, though, have you even talked about the Roger Stone shit? Because this is bullshit. He was straight up fucking railroaded.
Roger Stone.
Well, Roger Stone, he can no longer help my ratings anymore, so I can't talk to him. All right, it is what it is. Like, I'm not allowed to talk to Roger Stone. Roger Stone is not allowed to talk to me. My girlfriend doesn't like his wife. Apparently, one of them spilled something on the other one. The other one talked about their top to somebody else, and they got all catty, and now we can't even have conversations. Every time I try to call his house, his wife picks up the phone and starts cursing at me in some weird fucking Yiddish language. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, Alex, you know what she's telling you? My husband is in prison.
Well, I didn't actually know that he was inside a prison right now. I've been sending letters to him at home. No wonder they're all getting return to sender.
The nigga don't live here for another 3.5 years.
I thought that guy, I thought he just stopped live streaming for, I thought he was ignoring my goddamn phone calls. Apparently the guy's in prison. I had no idea.
Hey, his one phone call a day should be to you, Alex.
His one phone call a day should be to me, but I'm going to tell you what, I don't want the government to have my number. Now, everybody call me at 1-800-INFOWARS1, all right, folks? And make sure you order your Alpha Brain Nutrients and your Super Male Vitality and get you one of them drinking straws and then come over here tomorrow and we'll have some more free shit for you to buy, all right? And make sure you take your activated silver to fight your way to COVID virus.
We'll have some more free shit for you to buy.
That is accurate.
No, but in your chat, RNT says Roger Stone is innocent. No, I really want to talk about that on a serious note.
I have no fucking idea like about any of that shit. Like I didn't follow it.
Like, who is
Excel
that?
did. Excel did.
Yeah, he got thrown in for obstruction of justice during the Donald Trump investigations. He was a friend of President Trump, and he's one of the few that actually went down, and he didn't do anything wrong, really.
Well, I got arrested for DUI, but I got arrested for DUI by the same guy who arrested Mel Gibson. All right, what are you trying to tell me? Are you telling me that there's some individuals who all come from the same part of the world with the same genetic DNA background that are out here trying to make life hell for real Americans? Is that what you're saying at the moment? I feel like you're kind of being anti-Semitic right now, mad libertarian.
I'm kind of feeling like you are. I'm kind of feeling like you are because I remember how Mel Gibson got arrested. Was it kind of the same way there, Alex?
It was exactly the same way by the same person with the same type of voice. But I'm gonna tell you what, they didn't catch me on recording. I waited until later when I was released for me to call them all types of Jews and kikes.
wait a minute, Alex. That I call bullshit because I believe you would have been recording during this incident, right?
I did record them, but unfortunately, I recorded myself as well. That doesn't hold up in court very well. All right. So when he stopped me, I asked, "Am I being detained?" Right, and he was not. He noticed that when I said the word detained, I was heavily slurring my language, and apparently everybody who watched the video said the same thing. So then I just deleted the video so nobody could ever see it again.
Wait. So you hang out with Worski?
Yes, I hang out with Worski. Worski's the greatest guy who's ever lived in the history of guys. All right, that guy there was banned off of PlayPal, Google, and YouTube at the same time, long before I was. All right, that guy right there, he is a leader in our thought patterns, and we need to make sure that we raise up individuals such as him who pull out guns and tell everybody to stop, don't come any closer, because that's what the fuck it is. All right.
Well, no. Then, Alex, I believe you're a hypocrite because Worski, fully revealed his own crimes. Why wouldn't you? Oh, that's your wife's job, right?
It is
that's
my
why
wife's
I'm
job.
here.
Yes, you're here to try and catch me on some gotcha moments, all right? But you're never gonna hear about all the transgender lesbians that I had sex with last month, all right?
I already had interviews with the three.
Wait, did he actually have sex with trannies or no?
Why are you asking questions to this guy right here as if anybody here knows exactly what Alex Jones does and what Alex Jones doesn't do, all right? I run around in the AMRAB questioning Hillary Clinton about being a reptilian, space-cooking, interdimensional demon, all right? Even I don't know exactly what it is that I do.
Well, no, Alex, Alex, I understand there's probably some animosity built up here, because of who hired me. I understand, but hey, who sells you your coke? Come on, help a brother out.
Who sells me a coke? I'm gonna tell you what, folks. All right, my cocaine, Super Male Vitality, all right, is sold directly to me from a small Mexican fellow named Pedro.
Oh, I think I met him outside of Home Depot. All right, I'll be back.
No,
bye.
that's where I found Jesus. All right, you need to go find Jesus. Like you won't pronounce it the same way. You'll say Jesus or some nonsense, but that's what they say down there in Mexico way. All right, up here in America, all right, we live like Americans. All right, even though I eat tacos 3 times a week, but I'm still a red-blooded American as far as things are concerned.
Yeah. Well, you eat American tacos, right?
I eat American tacos and American pies, all right? And then I go over to your wife and I'd leave a nice big cream pie for you when you come home, all right, folks?
Yeah, Alex, you couldn't waddle your ass out my back door. You would have been shot fucking 3 weeks ago.
I would have been shot 3 weeks ago if I waddled my way into your back door. Are you trying to proposition me right now, son?
I'm not shaking my leg at the fucking public bathroom.
Hey, put your pants back on, all right? Close your butt cheeks, sir. I don't need to see all that.
Why you looking then? You were winking too. That was weird.
No, I'm pretty sure your butthole was winking at me. It was fucking weird. That's why I couldn't look away.
All right, I'm done. The joke is dead. The joke is dead.
You kept dragging it the fuck out. I know what the fuck to do. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna keep going. I don't give a fuck. Yo, it's all funny to me as far as I'm concerned. But yo, look, man.
No,
I'm gonna tell you what, dude. It has been.
I wasn't dragging it out though, Pinoid. I really asked you 4 times about Roger Stone. That's a real case.
I told you, nigga, I didn't follow it, and I have no idea what's going on. Literally, I have no clue. I have been busy with. I don't like politics. I fucking hate politics. I think it's soap operas for fucking smart people.
Well, fuck you. But, okay.
It is though, legit. Like yo, it's actually it's like yo, look, all right. Yo, Dip. Hey, Dip. This nigga even here? Eric.
Yo,
explain to Mad Dodge how, like, if you watch the WWE, it'll explain to you everything in life.
Yeah. If you understand the mechanics of the World Wrestling Federation, as to differentiate between World Wrestling Entertainment, like, you'll understand everything perfectly fine from a purely economic standpoint.
Well, no, and if you want to understand libertarian economics, look at WCW.
All right, yo, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, because it's been like 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I'm fucking exhausted. Right? Like yo, everybody. You know what I'm saying? You should all like.
No, I didn't cut him off.
No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking doing my goodbyes. Like yo, look. All right, check this shit out. We got 3 more channels here. And we got motherfucking Eric.
Oh, I know my old school wrestling. I don't know new shit. I know the old school stuff though.
Yo, Mad Dodge.
My favorite wrestler.
Yo, Mad Dodge. Yo, what is you? Yo, wait. No, Eric. What the fuck's your channel, nigga?